billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
new roads, health clinics,
even more school programs.
So make sure you're counted.
Because you count. Shape your future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License CCC 133-1790. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
Businesses are starting to bounce back. But what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt, deliver, and succeed in new ways with new customers? At Comcast Business, we're committed to helping you not just bounce back, but bounce forward with one of our best offers ever. Get a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for only $29.95 a month for 3 months with a 2-year agreement. It'll help you stay ahead with a network you can count on, stay connected with 24/7 support, and thrive with flexible solutions that work wherever you are. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Plus, ask about other offers to get a prepaid card worth up to $500. Comcast Business. Offer ends 7/5/2020. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 100 megabits internet and one voice mobility line customers. Early termination fee applies. After 3 months, enrollment in EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment, installation, taxes, and fees extra. Subject to change.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Live from Southwest Florida's news leader.
Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. We have breaking news this morning. The man Cape Coral police wanted for attempted homicide found dead. Police say Juan Neves' body was discovered inside his vehicle in the 2400 block of Northwest 28th Terrace shortly after 6 o'clock last night. Positive coronavirus cases are rising in Southwest Florida. Lee County has the most with more than 3,600. Collier County is right behind with more than 3,200. And some officials say they would consider rolling back opening if our hospitals are overwhelmed. So far, Lee Health still has beds available. Their bed capacity sits at 72% full. 28% of ICU rooms are available for use, and they currently have 147 COVID-19 patients and have discharged more than 730 since the pandemic began. In just 2 weeks, some students will head back to school. The Collier County School District says Jumpstart 2020 starts Monday, July 6th at 4 elementary schools. Classes are for rising 3rd and 4th graders that qualify due to status in the low 25% in reading or students with disabilities who qualify for extended school year. Hundreds came out to honor FWC officer Julian Keene. He was shot and killed a little more than a week ago while off duty in LaBelle. The Florida Highway Patrol honored Keene after the ceremony with a 3-volley salute. His funeral is scheduled for Saturday in Immokalee. Today, 2 Southwest Florida counties will debate about requiring you to wear a mask. Collier County commissioners say they may discuss this mandate at their meeting. Charlotte County commissioners will discuss making masks mandatory in public. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Traffic is slowing in Collier County on Davis Boulevard east of Radio towards 951. So Golden Gate Parkway is still up to speed. Traffic looking great on Livingston heading south towards Immokalee Road. Also taking a look at my traffic cams, I-75 is still looking good as well if you're heading to and from Lee and Collier for right now. However, there's a slowdown in Fort Myers on Tree Line heading south towards Daniels. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, straight up hot and humid. High temperature of 93, the heat index over 100. Good amount of sunshine, some clouds mix in. Best chance of rainfall for today with scattered showers and storms is going to be blowing more inland and well east of the interstate. Still can't rule out a few near I-75. Scattered showers and storms as we highlight your Wednesday hit or miss. as the heat continues to build. Hottest week of 2020, 95 degrees. Thursday, Friday, spotty showers and storms are possible as Saharan dust continues to filter in the upper atmosphere. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News. News and smart views.
Get the best sleep of your life. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
Your local 1-hour air conditioning and heating team is open and ready to serve you. AC isn't a luxury, but rather is essential to your life. Give our team a call at 844-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Below invoice employee pricing is back at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Loaded, luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited lease, $289 per month. That's right, Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited, $289 per month. 7-passenger Dodge Journey SUV, just $19,990. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months or interest-free for 6 years and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. And our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
Gotta go to Galliana.
42-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $19.99 to its signing, plus tax, tag title, dealer, and acquisition fees, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand borrowed for 72 months at 0 APR with 0 down with lender approval, offers don't combine.
I'm Dr. William Fingelstaller. I'm running for Congress because America is at its greatest crossroads yet. The Democrat Party has transformed into a criminal enterprise that is destroying our country from within, trampling the Constitution, defunding our first responders, and wreaking havoc on our churches and businesses. I'm Dr. William Fingelstaller, and I approve this message because now is not the time to be sending weak leaders to Washington. In Congress, I will fight the radical left with everything I've got. You can count on it.
Paid for by William Fingelstaller for Congress.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? For experienced advice on planning for retirement, tune in to Saving the Investor with Alfie Townsend, Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. I'm glad Jake the Millennial is here because he's reminding me how cold it is. If you're watching, we're streaming live on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. He's got his hoodie on. He's got his arms folded. It's like he's chilly.
It's not cold outside.
No, not at all. This is the time of year for those that don't live in Southwest Florida, don't live in the state. This is probably the easiest time to wait. Can I say this? Hold on. I'm just looking around. See if anybody, I know the glass is behind me in the newsroom, but Jake, you probably agree that this is the time of year where it's the easiest time for the meteorologists because it's like super hot today and it's super hot tomorrow, and it's going to be hot. It's going to rain. It's going to be hot. It's going to rain. It's going to be hot. It's going to rain.
Make sure your AC works.
Yeah. keep an eye on all that stuff. So, all right, what else is going on? Keep an eye on the neighborhood because you never know whether or not somebody is going to be coming after you because you're not wearing a mask. Is that what we've got right now? Masks may become mandatory in Collier County. Is this going to be discussed? Really? What happens if I don't wear a mask? What's gonna happen if I'm in Collier County and for some reason I'm just like, you know what? It's 95 degrees outside right now, and I'm having a hard time breathing with this thing on, and I might need to take because of the spike, the COVID spikes. It's rising in Collier County. The spikes in cases rising all over the place. But what are the details of these rising cases? I mean, are we talking about rising cases, rising hospitalizations, or not? And the fact is, we're not talking about rising hospitalizations. We're not talking about more people going into ICU wards, the kind of spike that we saw in March and April, the kind of cases that were in our hospitals. We don't see that. And the evidence is there. And Daniel Horowitz from Conservative Review did a great job breaking all of the hysteria down and all the ways that the media is trying to mislead you about a record spike in cases in Florida and what it really does mean. And if you look at some of the actual numbers that are out right now, and I wish I had a way to put the graphic right now up on YouTube so you can see the graphic. I got to work on that. Remind me, Jake, do me a favor. Remind me to work on getting some of the graphics and some of the things that we need to show people on our YouTube channel so they can see the graphs that I'm describing.
YouTube channel. Got it.
That was, dude, the camera was on you the whole time. Everybody noticed. Everybody saw you faking writing it down. Don't you?
Welcome to radio.
You know what's really funny? First of all, go get up, turn the light on so people can see you. I know you hate that at first thing in the morning, but the second thing is, Jake's got to learn a little bit of a lesson on how to do the fake scribbling. The fake scribbling, like when somebody says, honey, I need you to go to the store and I need you to be responsible for doing, and because you have an attitude with your spouse calling you, or maybe you're like I'm telling Jake to do something, and I say, Jake, remind me, and Jake does the fake air scribble. You okay? Did you poke yourself in the eye? What happened?
Oh, the light's beaming my brain.
The light. You've been up for hours. Stop it. It's not. Anyway, the whole fake scribbling thing only works when nobody's looking at you. If I'm looking at you when you're going like this, then I know you're faking it. Don't do that when I'm looking at you or when the camera's on, the fake scribbling. Oh, man. But that just shows you how honest Jake is. He's just such an honest guy that he typically doesn't do that he doesn't know how that works. Forget it. Anyway, I've got graphs that show that since the spikes in March and April in daily deaths here in the state of Florida, the numbers are going down, everybody. Down, 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 down. A steady stream of downward graphs and numbers. And we'll get into some of the details on that because that's important. We've talked about that before. When you hear everybody talking about the spike in COVID cases, which naturally they're going to be, because when you're holed up in your house for 45 days and then you get out of your house, naturally there are going to be more cases, especially with the testing that's out there too. So with that combination, yes. But is it as deadly as it was early on? Is there a possibility that maybe the virus is not as deadly as it used to be? There may be some evidence. Bodies ward off the virus with T cells. He has this in the article, something that not many people are talking about. Could half the unaffected population already be partially immune because your body is already doing the work? Like it's already doing the work to fight the virus. So, all right, there's a lot there. But anyway, I don't know. How do you feel about that? If Collier County made masks mandatory, would you be upset about that? Or would you be like the kind of respect that people have in certain stores where, look, they don't want you to come into their store unless you're wearing a mask. And you do what they would like for you to do just because you like the product and you want to continue shopping and you really don't want to argue about it. All right, I'll just wear a mask for a couple of minutes as I go into the store. Or are you really that worried? So we'll talk about that coming up this morning. Also, looks like the summer of love is over in Seattle. The mayor, Jenny Durkan, you remember the same mayor who was blaming the president for being concerned about the rioting and the looting and CHAZ being set up, the CHAZ chop or whatever you want to call it, in the occupied area, the autonomous zone, that the mayor was letting everything happen, and how she was saying the president needs to calm down. These are just people that are filled with peace and love, and until people got shot and actually died there in the city. And now all of a sudden it's like, okay, we got too much violence. We need to do something. Faced with growing pressure to crack down on occupied protest zones following 2 weeks of shooting, Seattle's mayor said on Monday that officials will move to wind down the blocks-long span of city streets taken over 2 weeks ago that President Trump asserted is run by anarchists. This was from the Fox affiliate in Seattle. Durkan said at a news conference that the violence was distracting from changes sought by thousands of peaceful protesters. Okay, she's still going on. And they're going to deal with them to try to figure out how to peacefully get them out. I can't wait to see how that works out. Because once you give a little bit, especially with an issue like this, once you give a little bit, everybody, that's all you have to do is just show them that you're willing to let them, run the city, run those blocks, take it over, put up walls, which is really strange because why would you put up a wall to keep people out? It's almost like when the president says he wants to build a wall along the border. It's like, no, you can't build a wall. Walls don't work. You need to have everything open. People should be able to walk across any block that they want to walk on, any border that they want to. We should have open borders, except in the CHAZ or the CHOP, where they don't believe in open borders. Just kind of humorous when you think about it. So we got that part. And a little bit of audio from the mayor, who went on to Fredo's TV show on CNN not too long ago, I think it was a week ago, to let everybody know that it was just the summer of love. No, literally, she used the words, it was the summer of love there in the CHAZ. We have that audio. Let me see if I have that when Fredo asked about that.
So I think he says dominate because he totally does not understand what is happening in America, and he is desperately trying to start the old fights and the old divisions that put him in power in the first place.
How long do you think Seattle in those few blocks looks like this?
I don't know. We could have the summer of love.
Yeah, that's what she said. Summer of love. Okay. Kind of delusional. And then in Washington, D.C., guess what's happening there? Protesters in D.C. now are setting up their own Black House Autonomous Zone, or BHAZ, right outside of the White House. Why? Because it seems as if some people have decided that it's okay to do this and have allowed it to happen. Again, when people are vandalizing St. John's Church, vandalized with spray paint, reading BHAZ right there on the front of the church, the same St. John's Episcopal Church near Lafayette Park that was the one that was burned. Do you remember the president holding the Bible up in front of it just a few weeks ago in defiance of the rioters, the anarchy that was happening in Lafayette Park? But no, they're just peaceful protesters. No, they're doing it again. So now vandalizing. I'm trying to understand, when did we decide in this country that if you want to protest, that vandalism is A-okay? Like, when did we decide that if somebody doesn't like a statue, for example, that they have the right to pull it down? When did we decide that in this country that we are allowed to look at something, point at somebody, say we don't like them, we think that they are racist, homophobic, xenophobic, any phobia, that this person supported, and that statue is a person that supported slavery in the past, and so now we get to tear down that. When did we all decide as a country that the minute we're upset about something, that we are able to vandalize and destroy it at will, and nobody's allowed to stop us? And there are no consequences. Nobody gets arrested. No police show up to stop it from happening. Nothing. When did that take place? When did that start? Make no mistake about it. The minute you allow it to happen, the minute you show that you're willing to let blocks of your city be taken over, it won't be the first or it won't be the last. It may be the first, but it won't be the last. It's going to happen in a city or a state or an area near you. I mean, the next thing you're going to start hearing then is, I don't know, soon they're going to want to tear down statues of Jesus. I mean, why not, right? Let's just go out and just go crazy town. I mean, that's not where we're going, but it's just... Oh, wait. This just came across my email. Yes, it is. Sean King says all depictions of white European Jesus are a gross form of white supremacy and must come down. Good night, everybody. Yeah, that's out there. That's coming. Why not? I just wonder how long do we get to play this game of deciding what offends you, and then because I'm offended, it has to be torn down. It's not I'm offended by the bust of Robert E. Lee in downtown Fort Myers, and so I want to speak with the city council to have it removed. And if they won't do it, I will see to it that people are elected into those offices, and they will do it. In other words, I will use the ballot box. I will use an election to make change. What happened to that? Well, what happened to that is that there are people that allowed the opposite to take place. And so you don't think that this is coming to a city near you? People were joking about it. Now it's being discussed seriously. And even people on TikTok, of all places, who are, of course, going through the motions of talking about these issues. And every once in a while, you get somebody in the wilderness that makes sense. And I came across this yesterday. And I want you to listen to this because this is important. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, well, you're talking about these issues, they're so far away. They don't exist in this city. They don't exist in Southwest Florida. They don't exist here. Yes, they do. If you think for 1 minute that there are not people in this city, in this town, in Fort Myers, in Naples, in Estero, in Bonita, in Charlotte, Glades, Hendry, if you don't think that there are people that exist in Southwest Florida who believe in this ideology that if we don't like something, we'll vandalize it, we'll tear it down because I'm seeing it happening in other places, because I'm offended by something, and because I'm offended that everything has to change, there is no way to change it other than me walking up to that building, that facility, that statue, and tearing it down. If you think it's not happening here, or it couldn't happen here, ask this person who on TikTok makes a very compelling case. And Jake, I want you to listen to this carefully as well, because he hasn't heard this yet. I haven't played this for him. This is a girl who grew up in Venezuela and is seeing everything that's taking place right now. And you want to chill up and down your spine. Listen to this.
Why do I even worry about some silly little statues coming down or some silly little street names changing? Why do I care? It's because the last time I didn't care about this, I was a teenager. I have already lived through this thing when I was living in Venezuela. Statues came down. Chavez didn't want that history displayed. And then he changed the street names. Then came the curriculum. Then some movies couldn't be shown on certain TV channels. And so on and so forth. You guys think it can't happen to you? I've heard this so many times. But always be on guard. Never believe something can't happen to you. You need to guard your country and your society, or it will be destroyed.
That sound familiar to you? Jake, does that sound like it's happening to a city, a country near you?
More and more every day.
Yep. Just putting that out there, everybody. It happens in a lot of different ways. The taking away of your liberty and your life and your freedoms. And they just nibble away, and there's small little things, and why should I care? I mean, look, it's just a bust. It's just a statue. It's not that big a deal. Just take it down. It's just a TV show. A couple of people offended. I can kind of see their point. Why don't we just take that away? And it doesn't stop there, because it comes to you next. It comes to your door not too long after. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic Also streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch. Please subscribe to the channel if you are watching. We do appreciate it. Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Again, yeah, subscribe and watch. We love that. All right, up to the minute traffic here is... I don't even see her. Is that... It is. All right, there she is. Sorry, it's Sabrina Katz.
Good Tuesday morning. Traffic is slowing in Collier County on Davis Boulevard east of Radio towards 951. So Golden Gate Parkway is still up to speed. Traffic looking great on Livingston heading south towards Immokalee Road. Also taking a look at my traffic cams, I-75 is still looking good as well if you're heading to and from Lee and Collier for right now. However, there's a slowdown in Fort Myers on Tree Line heading south towards Daniels. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Stay cool for your Tuesday, 93 degrees. The heat index over 100. A mixture of sunshine and clouds, scattered showers and storms, at least for today, are going to be especially blown inland and east of the interstate. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Gulf Shore Business Magazine, online at gulfshorebusiness.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Apple announces it's parting ways with Intel chips used in Macs for 15 years in favor of chips of its own design. And in a sign of the times, Apple unveils a new emoji that lets people put a mask on their avatars. Patagonia becomes the latest brand to announce a July ad boycott of Facebook and Instagram, claiming the social media companies failed to crack down on what it calls hateful lies and dangerous propaganda. The animated children's film, the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, joins other kids' flicks and will skip theaters and run straight to video on demand. Paramount had planned for the movie to be one of the first to show in theaters when they start reopening next month. And stocks gained ground yesterday. The Dow rose 153 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
Your employees and customers have new expectations when it comes to cleanliness. Cintas has the products and services you need to feel prepared. A trained Cintas technician can apply disinfectant and sanitizer spray to common surfaces. And we'll keep you well stocked with gloves, face masks, hand sanitizer, and disinfectant wipes, professional cleaning supplies, and PPE. Just a few ways Cintas can help you keep your business safe. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You probably know Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
I'm Dean Eagle, and this is more than just another campaign ad. This is a promise. Communist China will be held accountable. They will pay for the crisis caused by the coronavirus pandemic. As Republican Majority Leader of the Florida House of Representatives, I fought alongside Governor DeSantis to ban sanctuary cities and pass E-Verify. Now, I'm asking for your vote so I can fight alongside President Trump in Congress. I'm Dane Eagle, and if I'm elected, I will call for a tribunal to put Communist China on trial, just like Nazi Germany after World War II. The world deserves the truth. What did China know? Was this an attack on the global economy? Was their intent to harm America? I will demand we get these answers. Nations affected by COVID-19 need to work together under American leadership to put Communist China on trial and uncover the truth. I'm Dane Eagle. I'm asking for your vote so I can hold Communist China accountable. That's a promise.
Paid for by Dane Eagle for Congress.
I'm Dane Eagle, and I approve this message.
Are you ready to embark on your healthcare journey? At Misleading Group, we want you, our patient, to be in good health always. That's why we created our Destination Health New Patient Program. It's all about partnering with your primary care provider to achieve the best healthcare outcome for you. Now, are you ready for the journey of your life? Connect with Millennium Physician Group and be on your way to Destination Health. Call 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
I'm Ray Sandelli, Lee County Commissioner for District 3. I'm a businessman, a veteran, and a proud family man. I have seen firsthand the impact the County Commission can have on our day-to-day lives and understand how critical it is to have someone with the right values in this office. The impact of the coronavirus is unprecedented. Now more than ever, we need to trust in our conservative principles to guide us back to prosperity. I'm Ray Sandelli, and I have the business experience and values we need to lead our county through difficult times. That's why Governor DeSantis put his trust in me. As a naval officer, aviator, and member of the Blue Angels flight demonstration team, I learned to trust my instincts. Now, my instincts tell me we need to reduce government, minimize regulations, and keep taxes low so we can bring jobs back to Lee County. I'm Ray Sandelli, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Ray Sandelli, Republican, for Lee County Commission, District 3.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I have something important that I want to share with you about my good friends Kevin and Todd at EMCO of Bonita Springs. Look, they understand the last thing you need to worry about in 2020 is what to do and where to go when you're having car troubles, right? Their shops know a thing or two about hard times, especially since they opened in 2008. Remember, that was during a recession, and they've worked hard from day one and every day since to make sure they simply do the right thing when it comes to your auto or truck repair needs. Not only are Kevin Todd and the team great conservatives, but they're also very good at what they do when it comes to the maintenance and repairs that you need, whatever that may be. Because look, you rely on that vehicle each day to get you where you need to be. Not only do they do all things related to transmission work, but they even do brakes, air conditioning, check engine light diagnostic, tires, alignments. Look, you name it, they can handle it. Southwest Florida's come to know AMCO of Bonita Springs as the place you can trust with your car or truck. So give them a call, will you? 992-2626. That's 239-992-2626. And if it's your first time into the shop, make sure you let them know you heard it right here on 92.5 Fox News.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
True relief for back and neck pain. Sitting at home with back or neck pain, lying in a recliner suffering with leg pain or weakness, out of shape from sciatica, stenosis, or neuropathy? Get relief and get your life back. Non-surgical spinal decompression. This is Dr. Johnson, D.C. at 596 Back. Spinal decompression is an ingenious, innovative treatment that has shattered doctors' traditional ways of treating back or neck problems. Doctors have been left scratching their heads. Finally, avoid needles, epidurals, and drugs. This treatment is also super comfortable. Patients of any age can be treated and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. It uses a relaxing, computerized table to gently remove pressure on spinal nerves and discs, relieving pain, numbness, or weakness. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation to find out how spinal decompression can help you. Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-2225. That's 596-2225.
Lower taxes, debt reduction, increased reserves. That's what Kevin Ruane did as mayor of Sanibel. Now Kevin Ruane is running for District 1 on the Lee County Commission. An accountant and businessman, Kevin Ruane knows what it takes to balance a budget and has the record to prove it. Kevin cut Sanibel's taxes by 26% and reduced debt by 80%, all while increasing the city's reserve funds. Now, more than ever, Lee County needs a strong conservative that knows how to run a business and isn't afraid to make the tough decisions to get our economy back on track. We need Kevin Ruane on the County Commission, guiding the way to job creation and financial stability as our economy recovers from the coronavirus crisis. Kevin will bring his 40 years of business experience and his proven record of results to the County Commission to lead the charge in the tough times that lie ahead. Let's put Kevin Ruane to work for us. Vote for Kevin Ruane for Lee County Commissioner. Paid by Kevin Ruane, Republican, for Lee County Commissioner, District 1.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. We have breaking news this morning. The man Cape Coral police wanted for attempted homicide found dead. Police say Juan Neves' body was discovered inside his vehicle in the 2400 block of Northwest 28th Terrace shortly after 6 o'clock last night. Positive coronavirus cases are rising in Southwest Florida. Lee County has the most with more than 3,600. Collier County is right behind with more than 3,200. And some officials say they would consider rolling back opening if our hospitals are overwhelmed. So far, Lee Health still has beds available. Their bed capacity sits at 72% full. 28% of ICU rooms are available for use, and they currently have 147 COVID-19 patients and have discharged more than 730 since the pandemic began. In just 2 weeks, some students will head back to school. The Collier County School District says Jumpstart 2020 starts Monday, July 6th at 4 elementary schools. Classes are for rising third and fourth graders that qualify due to status in the low 25% in reading or students with disabilities who qualify for extended school year. Hundreds came out to honor FWC officer Julian Keene. He was shot and killed a little more than a week ago while off duty in LaBelle. The Florida Highway Patrol honored Keene after the ceremony with a 3-volley salute. His funeral is scheduled for Saturday in Immokalee. Today, 2 Southwest Florida counties will debate about requiring you to wear a mask. Collier County commissioners say they may discuss this mandate at their meeting. Charlotte County commissioners will discuss making masks mandatory in public. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is slowing in Cape Coral southbound on Del Prado heading towards Pine Island. Also a little delay in Fort Myers from the crash at South Tamami Trail and Gladiolus. Eastbound slowdowns for about a quarter mile. Commuting in Lehigh Acres, traffic is slowing north on Gunnery heading towards Lee Boulevard. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, straight up hot and humid. High temperature of 93, the heat index over 100. Good amount of sunshine, some clouds mix in. Best chance of rainfall for today with scattered showers and storms is going to be blown more inland and well east of the interstate. Still can't rule out a few near I-75. Scattered showers and storms as we highlight your Wednesday hit or miss as the heat continues to build. Hottest week of 2020, 95 degrees. Thursday, Friday, spotty showers and storms are possible as Saharan dust continues to filter in the upper atmosphere. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News.
We are going to make America great again.
Right, all along.
As our state representative, Ray Rodriguez has always been the conservative we could count on. Now, Ray wants to take his conservative record to the Florida Senate. Ray Rodriguez fought to end illegal immigration in Florida. He helped ban sanctuary cities and fought alongside Governor DeSantis to protect our jobs by passing E-Verify. Ray will continue to fight to ensure those in our country illegally will not find sanctuary in our state. When it came to protecting the right to life, no one was more pro-life than Ray Rodriguez. In Florida's Senate, Ray will continue the fight to protect the unborn. And when Donald Trump needed him the most, Ray was there. As one of Florida's members of the Electoral College, Ray stood strong against Hillary Clinton and the Democrats when they tried to steal the election by flipping electors. In the Florida Senate, Ray will always support President Trump and his plan to keep America great. Ray Rodriguez has always been a conservative we could count on. Now, we need him in the Florida Senate. Paid by Ray Rodriguez, Republican for the Florida Senate.
Attention commercial building owners. The Flying Locksmiths of Southwest Florida are now open, specializing in automatic doors, access controls, and CCTV cameras. Visit them online at flyinglocksmiths.com. If it's on the door, we handle it.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Honey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home.
And due to these difficult times, we have extended our no diagnostic fees, no trip charges, no strings. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com to schedule. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Mamma Mia, Airport Kia. Mamma Mia, Airport Kia.
Come in today where Kia is committed to accelerating the good on a 2020 Kia Sportage from only $23,900 with no payments for 120 days and 0% interest for 75 months. Through Kia Motors Finance with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $1,389 per month for $1,000 financed at 72 months. See dealer for details plus tax and dealer fee. Offer expires 6/30/20. Check us out online anytime at airportkianaples.com.
Airport Kia. Our price sells scores.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
Home is truly where the heart is. CFS Roofing Services understands that. When I saw what CFS did for my neighbor's roof, I called them. Everyone was professional, and owner David Crowther has nearly 4 decades of experience. It's obvious they care.
CFS Roofing Services, where your home matters most. Visit cfsroofing.com or call 239-561-2600. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. That's the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. Streaming live on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel when you log in and just, there you go, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate that. Lots of people commenting on YouTube as well, and Facebook. Always to see all of you there. Jeff, Drew and crew, good morning. Jeff, we appreciate you listening. We've got our friend Bill Oppenheimer's there as well. He's saying hashtag no masks, talking about masks maybe becoming mandatory, a mandatory thing in Collier County, and wonder how you feel about that. You can always comment on our YouTube page or Facebook. JC says, yo, Drew. That's all he said, Jake. It's just a yo. That's all we got is a yo.
That's how us millennials say hi.
Yeah. Is it the way millennials say hi? Have we changed at all in the way we address people now? How different is it? For example, I remember as a kid, or maybe in the 90s, saying like "yo" was what you did. I'm trying to think of how else you addressed somebody, like the cool way to address somebody when you were a kid.
And what year are we referring to? The 70s?
I don't. No, not when I said in the 90s.
Cowabunga,
I said in
dude.
the no. Nobody ever walked up to somebody and addressed them and said, "Hey, cowabunga." Nobody said that. I mean, people would say. I don't even know if anybody ever used that.
Hey, Brad, you're rad.
Yes, rad. Rad is still popular, by the way. People still use rad. Did you know that? Like, that bike is really rad. Not you, though. But nobody says, but rad isn't a greeting. Rad is just a description. I'm saying greetings. Like you say, if you see a friend of yours, you would say, yo. Is that what you would say?
Say sup, brother.
You would say sup. Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to think of when, like the 60s, 70s, 80s. Oh, Phil and Lehigh said the what's up. Remember the commercial? Didn't they recently redo that as well? What's up?
Or you could say up, dog.
What's up, dog?
Or you just say up, dog.
Yeah. Or dog. Yeah, what's up? Okay, I guess that's...
No, you say up, dog.
No. I mean, I don't say it. Is that what you're saying is the thing to say now? So we should all do that?
Yeah, just up, dog.
I just want to be... Well, what if that person's name is Chuck? 239-479-5592. I don't know. Never mind. Moving on. Hey, by the way, all right, speaking of a kind of, well, let's look at Jake's full screen. How did you get full screen? Okay, I'll bring you back into the conversation, Jake. Here we go. We'll get into the mandatory masks, the possibility in Collier County. Is that something that you would agree with, that you want, you would like to see? The claim is that the CDC is saying that, when you wear masks, it makes a difference. Some people are looking at masks and are concerned with others. If you walk into, let's say, a restaurant or a shopping center, for example, and you see somebody who's maybe 80 years old, you might want to wear a mask because you're concerned about their health. So you're trying to be helpful to them. How helpful that mask is, the mask that you created or the mask you made up out of a dryer sheet or something. I don't know. People use all kinds. You see... Right? I mean, you see all kinds of weird things that people are putting on their face and making into masks.
Like the sock masks?
Yeah, like somebody who they put a sock or Or like if you're Nancy Pelosi, you put some kind of silk scarf because you think that the silk somehow is going to do it. And I think that is kind of a joke, but she's serious.
Right. Nancy could just use a plastic bag.
No. That is not nice. No. This is a valuable time. Message for kids. Kids, don't do drugs. Okay. Anyway, the point is that I wanted to get to this other story, getting away from masks. We'll get to that more. We'll get to the coronavirus scare in the state and Daniel Horowitz asking the question, look at all the ways that the media is misleading you about a record spike in Florida, misleading you. The spike in cases, you may hear more cases, but what about deaths? That's kind of the important issue, right? And how sick people are actually getting. We'll get to that. 2020's most patriotic states. The most patriotic states in America, according to Wallet Hub. Americans may feel their patriotism dampened this year amid the recent surge of protests against police brutality. Many people find it hard to celebrate a country in which racist incidents persist. Forgive me, I just read this for the first time. The Adam McCann, financial writer for Wallet Hub. That's how he opens up this whole thing. Sorry, it's not funny. It kind of is. Americans may feel their patriotism dampened this year amid the recent surge of protests against police brutality. My patriotism still stands. My patriotism still stands because I understand what this is all about. It doesn't change my patriotism, my love for the country, because there are bad cops that are doing bad things. Many people may find it hard to celebrate a country in which racist incidents persist. No, I love this country and I celebrate the country. I celebrate the founding of the country. I celebrate our Constitution. I celebrate every bit of this country. And I know that there are flaws in the country, even now and in the past. I don't make believe like they don't exist, and I don't try to hide the flaws. Anytime you have a flaw in a personality or you have a flaw in a country, you don't try to hide it or sandblast it away or make it disappear. You understand how you grow from every single thing that you do right and you do wrong. And you maybe even identify who those wrongs were committed by. For example, if you're talking about issues of how the Supreme Court has made decisions, Dred Scott and other decisions that Plessy versus Ferguson and other decisions that the court has made, who were the people that were there, that were on the Supreme Court? Who were those individuals? And what were their beliefs? Was there a Klan involved in any of those individuals? Chief justices of Supreme Courts that maybe had some animus towards individuals in this country and what their political affiliation was and how maybe you can learn from that history? Unless, of course, you just want to tear down the Supreme Court because ultimately we're just tearing down everything, right? So I don't even know if I want to even go into this now. Some states may choose to hold big Independence Day events regardless, but it's important to note that there are plenty of ways Americans can express patriotism year-round without having to attend a packed event. Some ways to show American pride include thanking our service members. That's a great one. Remaining politically active. That's good. Buying U.S.-made goods. Very nice. Taking time to learn about our history or volunteering to help your fellow Americans. In order to determine where Americans have the most red, white, and blue pride, Wallet Hub compared the states across 13 key indicators of patriotism. Our data set ranges from the state's military enlistees and veterans to the share of adults who voted in the 2016 presidential election to AmeriCorps volunteers per capita. Where do you think Florida ranks as the most patriotic states in the U.S.? Now, I'm going to ask you to guess where you think we stand as the most patriotic state. The problem is the criteria. Like military engagement rank, civic engagement rank. So military, how many people in the state have enlisted in the military? Civic engagement rank would be AmeriCorps volunteers. Anyway, You want to guess where we rank on this Wallet Hub most patriotic states, Jake? Pick a number. 1 through 57. Go ahead. Give it to me.
58.
No, that was a joke. It was a 57 states joke. Never
I got
mind.
it.
It's all right. You get it. Okay. Go ahead. Pick a number. Where are we? Any ideas?
Number 2.
No. We are not number 2.
Okay, number 10.
We're not number 10.
Lower or higher?
Lower. Oh, wait. Let me get some. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Go ahead.
13.
We are not 13.
27?
Nope.
32?
Nope.
41?
Nope.
48?
A little better than that.
45?
We are number 45. 45 out of the 50 states, according to this Wallet Hub. The most patriotic states. We are 45th out of 50 states, the most patriotic. Now, I bring this up because it's ridiculous. Well, the top 5 states are New Hampshire, Wyoming, Idaho, Alaska, and Maryland. The bottom states are New Jersey, New York, California, Texas, and West Virginia. Texas? Does anybody at all believe that Texas is like the 47th out of 50 states as the most patriotic state in the country?
Has anyone ever been to Texas that did that? Or here?
What's that? Texas. Right. That's what never mind. So I bring it up because of how ridiculous it is. But I also bring it up because I know there's a broader issue here. It's because there are people who want to get their news in a snap. They just want to hit the headlines. They don't want to get into the details of the study. They don't want to know the details of a poll. The poll says the president's losing by 15 points to Joe Biden. By the way, they're not likely voters. They're registered voters. You know, likely voters is where we want to be. Likely voters is the holy grail, if you will, of polling. This is what we want. But no, we're doing registered voters, which doesn't mean anything when it comes to the actual numbers. It's kind of what Hillary Clinton would like to lean on when she was talking about how great her polling numbers were and how everything was going to be.
I'm really offended personally.
Anyway, nobody wants to go that deep. They just want the headlines. And so I would just warn you, be careful of the headlines that are out there. Masks may become mandatory in Collier County, or maybe not. Coronavirus spikes in Florida, surging past 100,000. Talks of new health mandates. We might have to shut the state down. Until you get into some of the details and you realize that deaths are nowhere near what they were in March and April, and who's actually being affected. And maybe that's not the way to go necessarily. Maybe things aren't as bad as we're hearing. Just keeping an eye on those stories. All right, Carl's in Naples wanted to weigh in on patriotism right now in the good old United States. Go ahead there, Carl.
Good morning. I just want to let you know that I don't think that patriotism for people, at least maybe over 40, is waning at all because of everything happening. I'm digging in deeper with my patriotism and getting involved in different things even more than I used to be, just to be able to save the history of this country so that everybody else can enjoy it and not just go on this narrative that this current wave of anarchy is, and trying to teach my kids even more and other people about what it's really like to be an American. And we are not a systemic racist country. That's a small part of what happens here. We are by far, my entire life, fair as we can to be to everybody, knowing that yes, we still have problems and we have to get further. But by doing what these people are doing now, what it's doing, it's playing right into the left. It's separating people more, and all we have to do is just try to realize that even as a minority population, just like white population or anything else, 90% are good people, and we can't let the other 10% who are doing this really get us soured on the other 90%. So we have to continue on a good road, but we have to stop what is going on right now. And I hope Donald Trump stops that zone in Washington, D.C., and finally puts his foot down and says, not on my block, not on my watch anymore, and that's it. And I think that people will get behind him a little more, knowing that he's trying to preserve what America is really all about.
Well, three things I'll say about your comments, Carl, and they're great. One is, yes, the president said, hey, listen, if you're trying to tear down statues, there are laws against that, 10 years in prison, and he'll bring it. And, of course, people get all upset, huffy and puffy, because, the new norm now is if you don't like something, you ruin it, you destroy it, you vandalize it. And that's cool, and that's fine, and nobody's going to come after you. That's the new norm for some, number one. Number two, the fact that when you say 90% of the people, I might say 99%. I'd say it's a very small percent. I'd say it's 1% or maybe even less of the country that is the kind of bad that you're talking about, the kind of negativity against this country and the kind of things that are going on. I might say the hardcore is less than 10%, maybe not 1%, but less than 10. And the third thing,
I agree.
And the third thing is this, Carl, and rhetorical, but you can answer it. You think we're going to have these kind of riots and these kind of things happening and the anarchy going on our streets if Joe Biden is elected president of the United States?
Absolutely, and they'll let it go untethered, and they'll let them tear our history down, and they'll let them tear our country down, like that woman from Venezuela.
Yeah.
My wife happens to be Brazilian, and she's sickened in what's happening in this country because she said, I saw this 20 years ago in Brazil, and I'm seeing it now, and you Americans had better wake up. Yeah. Otherwise, you are going to be a communist country, and you're going to lose everything. It's the people who came from other countries, who came here for freedom, who've seen this before, and the American youth had better wake up and listen to these people.
All right, Carl. Well, I appreciate the call. I'm not sure. I might disagree with you on the last part. Starting to wonder whether or not everything gets better once Biden is elected because they don't want the riots on Biden's watch. Because Democrats are going to want you to believe that there's peace and harmony when they're in office. And that's why you're seeing a lot of these businesses and politicians acquiesce to whatever the demands are of these individuals. It's kind of sickening. And we'll talk about some of that acquiescing, if that's a word, coming up. All right, traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is slowing in Cape Coral southbound on Del Prado heading towards Pine Island. Also a little delay in Fort Myers from the crash at South Tamiami Trail and Gladiolus. Eastbound slowdowns for about a quarter mile. Commuting in Lehigh Acres, traffic is slowing north on Gunnery heading towards Lee Boulevard. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Stay cool for your Tuesday. 93 degrees. The heat index over 100. A mixture of sunshine and clouds. Scattered showers and storms, at least for today, are going to be especially blown inland and east of the interstate. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. New York City, America's highest number of coronavirus cases, had one high-profile patient that caused a media sensation. Nadia, a tiger who resides at the Bronx Zoo, was the first known case of human-to-animal coronavirus transmission. The New York City Health Department's investigating, but they think that a zookeeper infected her. The good news is that Nadia the tiger's doing better. She's expected to make a full recovery, which is a good thing. Many zoos want to make a full recovery, too, because the shutdown's causing problems. California's Oakland Zoo is having a hard time scraping together money to keep the animals fed. Other zoos are in the same predicament because they all rely on visitor fees and donations for their food budgets. But that's not the only problem. According to the Los Angeles Times, the animals are unhappy because of the shutdown. It turns out that except for the bald eagles, the zoo animals are bored. Zookeepers say that most of the animals seem to miss the people who come to stare at them. Zookeepers say contact with human beings stimulates the animals. They're just looking at food. What are we talking about here? So I guess that humans are not the evil oppressors, the poor captive animals after all. We make their lives meaningful and interesting because they think they can eat us. The animal rights wackos. Not going to like this one bit if they figure it out. Folks, it is once again my privilege to join Mahindra in honoring those who have so bravely served our country. It's time for the 7th annual Mahindra Military Salute Giveaway. To celebrate our Independence Day, the 4th of July, we will randomly select one deserving service member to receive a new Mahindra 4540 four-wheel drive tractor. It's a real deal, tough as nails, compact utility tractor with an impressive loader and 3-point lift capacities. So help us find a brave American to receive this rugged Mahindra. To nominate somebody who is active duty or a veteran of the military and to get official rules, visit rushlimbaugh.com and look for the Mahindra Military Salute Giveaway. Thanks to Mahindra, the official tractor of tough. And God bless all of you who protect our freedom.
Take advantage of rock bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at Shenango Supply Company of Punta Gorda or call 941-637-1165. That's 941-637-1165.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Matt Caldwell. I spent 8 years in the Florida House fighting for our conservative values. We cut billions in taxes, balanced our budget every year, removed government barriers to job growth, and made huge strides in fixing our water quality. Now I'm looking to use that experience as your next Lee County property appraiser. I've spent the past 20 years working as a professional property appraiser in both the residential and commercial markets. It's something I know well, and I'm the only candidate with this experience in the industry. I'm Matt Caldwell, and through the years, I've proven myself as a trusted, principled conservative. More than ever, it is crucial that we have strong conservatives with a proven record, someone in office that you know will not back down and will always defend our values. I've served you before, and I'm ready to do it again. I'm Matt Caldwell. I'm running for Lee County Property Appraiser, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Matt Caldwell, Republican for Lee County Property Appraiser.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. You might have seen our matte gray trucks with blue and white lettering on the road. Just know that in every truck you see, there's a certified technician who is trained to repair your system, not just sell you a system. As always, you can chat with us online at getpureair.com. Also, please join me every Saturday at 11:30 for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and yes, it is time for you to do something about your style. Well, I mean, from your style, window treatments and decor. Now, don't get me wrong, you've got a great style, but maybe you need to fix up some things in your home, maybe like I did, the treatments on your windows, blinds, shutters, shades. Well, you've got to go to Your Style Window Treatments and Decor, a veteran family-owned and operated business with multiple brands of blinds, shades, and shutters, and they have this great fabric that they use. It's called Microban, and it's one kind of treatment that you might want to think about because of its antimicrobial protection, and it inhibits the growth of bacteria, mold, and mildew that can cause stains, odors, and degrade the fabric. Yeah, you can get that at Your Style Window Treatments and Decor. And they can provide all of this with certified trained sales, installation, right through till completion. So give Your Style Window Treatments and Decor a call, will you? 471-5006. You're going to love them. 239-471-5006 for Your Style Window Treatments and Decor. Or visit them online at yourstylewindowtreatments.com.
I'm Mike Gillimbardo. I'm running to represent you in Florida's House of Representatives. I grew up right here in Cape Coral. It's where I went to school, learned to play football, and it's the place I called home while fighting in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Now, it's where I'm raising my family and operating my businesses. President Trump and our freedoms are under attack, and we need strong conservatives in Tallahassee. I fought for you on the battlefield. Now I'm ready to fight for you in Florida's capital. My faith in God and belief in individual liberties have always been a guiding force in my life. Whether on the battlefields of Iraq or fighting for our conservative values at home, I'm passionate about protecting our way of life. My name is Mike Gillimbardo. I'm a husband, father, combat veteran, and business owner. I'm running for the Florida House to fight for our Constitution, to defend our borders, and to stand with President Donald Trump to rebuild the greatest economy in the history of our nation. I'm Mike Gillimbardo, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Mike Gillimbardo, Republican for the Florida House.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. We have breaking news this morning. The man Cape Coral police wanted for attempted homicide found dead. Police say Juan Neves' body was discovered inside his vehicle in the 2400 block of Northwest 28th Terrace shortly after 6 o'clock last night. Positive coronavirus cases are rising in Southwest Florida. Lee County has the most with more than 3,600. Collier County is right behind with more than 3,200. And some officials say they would consider rolling back opening if our hospitals are overwhelmed. So far, Lee Health still has beds available. Their bed capacity sits at 72% full. 28% of ICU rooms are available for use, and they currently have 147 COVID-19 patients and have discharged more than 730 since the pandemic began. In just 2 weeks, some students will head back to school. The Collier County School District says Jumpstart 2020 starts Monday, July 6th at 4 elementary schools. Classes are for rising 3rd and 4th graders that qualify due to status in the low 25% in reading or students with disabilities who qualify for extended school year. Hundreds came out to honor FWC officer Julian Keene. He was shot and killed a little more than a week ago while off duty in LaBelle. The Florida Highway Patrol honored Keene after the ceremony with a 3-volley salute. His funeral is scheduled for Saturday in Immokalee. Today, 2 Southwest Florida counties will debate about requiring you to wear a mask. Collier County commissioners say they may discuss this mandate at their meeting. Charlotte County commissioners will discuss making masks mandatory in public. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
Traffic is slowing in Cape Coral southbound on Del Prado heading towards Pine Island. Also a little delay in Fort Myers from the crash at South Tamami Trail and Gladiolus. Eastbound slowdowns for about a quarter mile. Commuting in Lehigh Acres, traffic is slowing north on Gunnery heading towards Lee Boulevard. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, straight up hot and humid. High temperature of 93, the heat index over 100. Good amount of sunshine, some clouds mix in. Best chance of rainfall for today with scattered showers and storms is going to be blowing more inland and well east of the interstate. Still can't rule out a few near I-75. Scattered showers and storms as we highlight your Wednesday hit or miss as the heat continues to build. Hottest week of 2020, 95 degrees. Thursday, Friday, spotty showers and storms are possible as Saharan dust continues to filter in the upper atmosphere. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
See a 2017 Chevy Traverse with only 15,000 miles, a 2019 Cadillac XT5 with 19,000 miles, and a 2009 Dodge Caliber with only 4,000 miles. Over 300 vehicles. Visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
The Chinese government lied about the coronavirus. China unleashed the Wuhan pandemic on the world, costing trillions, costing jobs, costing American lives. My name is Casey Askar. This crisis proves President Trump is right. We must control our border, bring manufacturing back to America, and stop depending on China. I'm Casey Askar, and I approve this message. China must pay. America must rebuild. Our survival depends on it.
Paid for by Casey Asker for Congress.
I've always wanted to learn another language, so I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching method of the app. I started with the beginner lesson on Babbel, and soon you're putting words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. I can't wait to use my Spanish skills in real life. Dos cervezas, por favor.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's BABBEL.com.
David Horowitz's new book about President Trump is out. It's called Blitz. In Blitz, Horowitz warns that Antifa wants to stop Trump and crush our freedoms. Blitz predicted that race would be a big issue, but Trump has a secret plan for the election. Mike Huckabee says if everyone reads Blitz, Trump will win. A #1 Amazon bestseller. Get Blitz at bookstores or get the free offer from Newsmax and save $28. Just call 800-NEWSMAX. That's 800-NEWSMAX. Or go to blitz411.com. Blitz411.com.
News.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The phone number in the text line, the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line, streaming live on YouTube. Anytime you want to watch our YouTube channel, just go to Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. And please subscribe to the channel once you're there. We do appreciate it. We always appreciate hearing from our friend Dave Ray, who's joining us right now, Federation for American Immigration Reform. It's always good to hear. It's been a while. D. Ray, how's it going?
Hey, Drew, good to be with you again, my friend. Yes, it has been too long, so good to reconnect.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's not like it's been boring or there's nothing happening, D. Ray. I mean, there's a lot going on. I wanted to reach out to you right away after the SCOTUS decision, and I wanted to get your thoughts on that decision and with DACA. Talk a little bit about that and your thoughts when you heard the SCOTUS decision.
Well, we had really high hopes. The Supreme Court, there seems to be a fairly widely accepted general consensus that President Obama stepped outside of the law when he created DACA in the first place. I mean, he himself said more than 20 times, that he's a president, not an emperor, and that he couldn't grant, amnesty status to tens of thousands of illegal aliens. And then after he said it about 22 times, then he created DACA and granted amnesty status to about 1.8 million illegal aliens. So what DACA did was to defer deportation of anybody who received the status and provide work documents. They like saying that these are kids, but some of these DACA recipients are almost 40 years old. So they are adults. They are living, the vast majority of them are adults. They're all, living in the United States. They know they're here illegally. The case went to the Supreme Court, and we were hoping that given the fact that this entire program was based on an illegal act, that the Supreme Court would strike it down. Instead, they decided to take a much more narrow focus and simply said that they couldn't strike DACA down because the Trump administration hadn't gone through the proper procedures for shutting it down. Yeah. So it's okay to start an illegal amnesty. It just wasn't okay to stop it. I don't know what's going to go from here. Obviously, if there's going to be an amnesty, it can only be done by Congress.
Right.
Presidents don't have the authority to grant mass amnesties to huge groups of people. If the Trump administration decides to go after DACA based on its constitutionality, it's hard to imagine that would fail. Now, will there be a Trump administration next year? That's a question that we're all going to find out an answer to.
Right.
But at this point, we are stuck with DACA, and I guess it's kind of in limbo. The bad side for the DACA recipients, obviously, is that they do not have a pathway to getting a green card. They have a deferred status, meaning they are illegal aliens. They're simply not deportable. And so it's a little bit of of course, they could always return to their home countries and resume their lives there, but most of them are choosing not to.
Yeah. What has it been like, by the way, along our southern border? How many times we've talked about the wall and how many times we've talked about the different ways to stop the illegals moving across and different times during the year when we would have this flood across the border. What has it been like? What have you heard? What's going on right now? Because with everything else happening in the world, obviously, the focus is not there at all. So what's been happening?
Well, the focus also hasn't been there because the entire world has had this, myopic view of the coronavirus and, all of its many tentacles. But just to give you an idea of what's going on at the southern border, Drew, May of 2019, we were on the southern border in McAllen, Texas.
Right.
And that we set a new record that May for 144,000 apprehensions. We hadn't had numbers that high since the early 2000s. The most recent numbers that I've seen on apprehensions are below 20,000 along the southern border. Wow. And because of steps taken to ensure the safety of the American public against the coronavirus, most illegal aliens that are apprehended are simply turned around and sent home. So asylum applicants are being asked to wait in Mexico. However, the asylum courts have been closed. I mean, when you have a pandemic with the potential of spreading the way that it does, you have to take extra strong measures to protect the public. Once the asylum courts open again, then these cases will be heard. But the other side of the equation is that the coronavirus really seems to be taking off in Latin America. And so if we can get it under control here, we're going to need to keep an eye on our border. And, we're not the only country that has closed its borders to travel. Right. Most countries have closed their border. Try to get into Canada.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. So we're thinking that until there is a vaccine, which is probably a year down the road, unfortunately, we're going to have to be very smart about who we allow to enter into the United States because we really don't have any way of testing people as they come into the country.
Yeah. How do you by the way, Dave Ray is joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, Federation for American Immigration Reform, fairus.org. Please go to the website, check them out, because not only will you get information constantly about what is happening with immigration in this country and the issues that we all talk about here on this program and how we've been talking about the SCOTUS decision and other things that we'll bring up this morning, but the solutions to what we can do are there on the website. That's the important thing. And again, fairus.org. I would encourage you to go there. The open borders crowd, that is quite the conundrum you're in right now. If you're trying to call for open borders, if someone who doesn't have an issue with illegal border crossings, but yet you're trying to tell everybody that they have to do anything and everything that they possibly can, whether it's social distancing, masks, and the like, and to keep the country secure from spikes or increases in cases. Boy, you're in quite the conundrum to try to connect those dots.
Yeah, this has really put a stake in the heart of the open borders monologues, just because it's impossible to control this virus if you don't control the entry and exit of people into your country.
Yeah.
And, as you can have the virus and look perfectly normal. So this has really tripped up that talking point. I think that when this all passes, though, you're going to see that the progressive wing of the Democratic Party, which seems to be taking over the entire apparatus of the party, is going to resume to exert its pressure on the borders. There's going to be, under a Biden presidency, there's going to be push for, reducing immigration enforcement along the borders, for defunding ICE. Mm-hmm. There's going to be an explosion in sanctuary cities. There's likely to be, pressure on decriminalizing illegal immigration. I mean, if you look at the most recent coronavirus bill called the HEROES Act that was passed by the House of Representatives, I mean, it not only gives $1,200 relief checks to illegal aliens, but it would release anybody any criminal alien in detention in the United States into our communities. It grants broad relief or amnesty to an entire host of illegal alien workers who are here, basically declaring all of them, quote, essential. I mean, this isn't a coronavirus bill.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't even
Right.
an immigration bill. So this is a little kind of curtain raiser to what's coming down the road under a Biden presidency.
Well, speaking of that and what people think, especially in key states, wasn't there a poll recently? Haven't people been asked about what they think about reducing immigration because of the virus? I thought I saw somewhere that there was a poll.
There was a Zogby poll that was released last week. It was in 10 battleground states, one of which was Florida.
Yeah.
But it's also Arizona, Georgia, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. And it found by a 2-to-1 majority, most Americans agreed that we needed to pause immigration while the nation recovered from the massive unemployment that has been caused by the explosion of the coronavirus in this country. You know, we've had more than 110,000 Americans who have died. There's 30 to 40 million newly unemployed Americans. And, you know, not to miss a beat on this, President Trump, knowing that the public support was behind him, I mean, why would you bring in immigrants when you have so many of your own people of all skill levels recently unemployed? But the president issued an executive order yesterday. He had already put a pause on immigration because of the coronavirus, but this yesterday signed into an executive order an act that would put the brakes on the importation of any kind of guest workers as well.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what immigration in the national interest looks like. What that means is that immigration policies should be enacted in the best interest of the American public, that immigration is a policy that should serve us, not the other way around, that the president sees the pain that the American public is going through with the loss of jobs and people losing their homes and so on, and understands that U.S. workers need to come first.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of behind the executive order that was signed into law, into status by the president yesterday.
Yeah, keeping an eye on all of these stories. I know sometimes, with the headlines the way they are, that we lose sight of some of the other battles that have been out there long before this virus. And, of course, immigration and the issues along the border have been one. And if you want to get more information on what the latest things that are happening here in the country, what the president is doing, the SCOTUS decision and other things that you can read about, you just go to Federation for American Immigration Reform's website. That's fairus.org. You can find out all about what is happening and, of course, solutions, which is always the important part of this. And Dave Ray, our good friend, joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. All right, my friend, I got to run. I will see you
Take care,
soon.
buddy.
All right, all the best.
Have a great one.
All right, thanks so much. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash at 82 at Lee Boulevard is slowing traffic. There is a officer on scene here as well, guys. So those flashing lights, just make sure to move over a lane or drop that speed by 20 miles per hour under the speed limit. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Stay cool for your Tuesday. 93 degrees. The heat index over 100. A mixture of sunshine and clouds. Scattered showers and storms, at least for today, are going to be especially blown inland and east of the interstate. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News, the conservative, smart, right voice of Southwest Florida.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. Now that our economy has reopened and to help the community, we've decided to offer a safe $29 AC maintenance. All Pure Air employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your and their protection. Find us online at getpureair.com to schedule your safe $29 AC maintenance. Join me every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
Home is truly where the heart is. CFS Roofing Services understands that. When I saw what CFS did for my neighbor's roof, I called them. Everyone was professional, and owner David Crowther has nearly 4 decades of experience. It's obvious they care.
CFS Roofing Services, where your home matters most. Visit cfsroofing.com or call 239-561-2600. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
If you're far from water, you might think a flood can't happen to you. But the truth is, there are hidden risks that can leave your property vulnerable, like runoff from new development, changing weather patterns, and even wildfires. But if you have flood insurance, you have peace of mind knowing that you can recover faster. Protect the life you've built. Visit floodsmart.gov/storm to learn more. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
Across the nation, America is moving forward, finding our footing, getting back on our feet. Life continues to open up. Businesses are getting back to business, and we are too. We know you rely on the Good Feet store to be there when you need us. We're open and ready to serve you. Our personally fit arch supports are designed to help alleviate, even eliminate, foot, knee, hip, and back pain, and provide comfort, balance, and support. The well-being of our customers, associates, and community is our highest priority. So we've implemented new measures, procedures, and precautions, keeping your health and safety in the forefront. The Good Feet store is lending a hand to help America get back on its feet. And just as we have for a quarter century, we're helping to improve the quality of people's lives, 2 feet at a time.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
Jason and Todd want to light up your 4th of July and celebrate big this year. Visit the Diamond District in Estero at Coconut Point, July 1st through the 5th, and take advantage of 5 years interest-free financing. That's right, 5 years interest-free financing. The Diamond District has the largest selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds in all of Southwest Florida that you can purchase using 5 years interest-free financing. Choose from over 3,000 engagement rings and take advantage of 5 years interest-free financing. The Diamond District's 6,000 square foot diamond showroom is filled wall to wall with stunning diamond bracelets, diamond stud earrings, diamond necklaces, rings, and more. And July 1st through 5th, you can purchase it all with Jason and Todd's offer of 5 years interest-free financing. So fire up the grill and enjoy the fireworks as you enjoy your new jewelry, knowing you have interest-free financing for 5 years. Compliments of Jason and Todd.
At the Diamond District.
Today, people will wake up, and before the day is over, their life will be changed forever. Car crashes can't be predicted. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. The law firm you choose to prepare you for life after today may well be the most important decision you ever make. All law firms are not the same. The insurance company knows who will take your case to trial and who won't. Visit forthepeople.com to learn more about us. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell. Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592. The phone number and the text line streaming live on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. I appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. The summer of love coming to an end. Oh, I love this. When you say that the president is bad, the president's no good, the president is awful, he doesn't understand that what's happening in the CHAZ chop or whatever that is, in Seattle, in the autonomous zone, that now is trying to be created in front of the White House, the Black House Autonomous Zone, as it's called, there where they try to tear down statues of Andrew Jackson there in Lafayette Park. Because, that's what you do now. It's vandalism is the new cool, I guess. It's okay to vandalize because nobody's going to stop you. There's no police to stop you. There's no forces to stop you. Nobody stops you. You just do it. If you don't like something, you just tear it down. Like physically, you just tear it down because that's the new norm now. And you've got even just not too long ago when it was Fredo, Chris Cuomo there on his show talking to the mayor of the city of Seattle where this autonomous zone was set up where, People have been getting shot. One died just the other day. People shot and killed. Now, finally, they're starting to realize that, oh, maybe this is a bad idea. And even Fredo asked a couple of days ago of the mayor.
How long do you think Seattle in those few blocks looks like this?
I don't know. We could have the summer of love.
Oh, the summer of love. We could have a summer of love. You know, it's the president's bad. He doesn't know what he's talking about. We should have a summer. Oh, wait a minute. The people were shot and there were people getting shot and one died. We got to call it off now. So reportedly, the mayor is going to shut down the area. I'll believe it when I see it. And they're going to have a discussion. They're going to talk to the people that are out there. You know, the peaceful ones that are in charge. We want to. What do you guys want? What could we do? Can you guys leave? Oh, you don't want to leave? Okay. Well, we don't want to force you out. What do you do next? You've set this up already this way. It's just, it's unbelievable.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Have my friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples, on the phone. And Dave, you know, I love the selection of floor coverings you have at Floor Meisters. It's fantastic. I've been there myself, and my new home is beautiful with the carpets, Dreamweaver carpets. Can we talk about this, the selection, the durability?
Yes, it's called Twistex. It's a 3-ply yarn. The carpet is very, very dense. It's so dense it even has a stair warranty on it, plus stain warranties. And this would be just perfect for Jake because it has a pet accident warranty.
There you go.
It will clean.
Right. Wow. That is interesting, the way the technology is on these Dreamweaver carpets. And you have quite a selection there, too, of course.
Yes, we do. We have 9 rolls, this in stock, but it's available in 13 patterns, 12 colors to a pattern. This stuff is beautiful. It's the hottest thing since sliced bread.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floor Meisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
True relief for back and neck pain.
At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, if you're suffering with a spinal-related problem, pain, numbness, or weakness, through the use of spinal decompression therapy, we've helped hundreds and hundreds of local residents return to a pain-free, productive life. People who once suffered from stenosis, sciatica, bulging, or herniated discs and thought there was no solution are now living pain-free. Spinal decompression is relaxing and painless, while it gently eases pressure off painful nerves and spinal discs. No pain, no needles, and no surgery. I've successfully been using spinal decompression in Southwest Florida for over 13 years, and the results are only getting better. Take your life back. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation to find out how spinal decompression can help you. Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-2225. That's 596-2225.
At Rock Solid, family comes first. And during this difficult time, Rock Solid makes you part of our family with family employee pricing on everything. Rock Solid is open and is giving you a guaranteed lifetime warranty. And there's more. Rock Solid guarantees installation in just 1 week. That's right, it's guaranteed. Do your family a favor by saving big with Rock Solid's family employee pricing offer while supporting local small business. See store for details.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 J&C Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services. Our family protecting your family.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. President Trump lashing out at protesters, even as some clashed with Capitol Police as they tried to set up a so-called Black House Autonomous Zone outside the White House and tear down a statue of Andrew Jackson.
I've stopped them twice now from going over to the Jefferson Memorial. If I weren't president, they would have knocked down. If a guy like Biden was president, they will knock down the Jefferson Memorial. Not going to happen.
Telling Fox's Brian Kilmeade for an upcoming special, those who destroy monuments on federal property will face jail time. In cities across the country, thousands of complaints about illegal fireworks in recent weeks, and some New Yorkers deciding they'd had enough.
If they can't sleep, neither should the mayor.
Protesters in dozens of cars made their annoyance heard loud and clear last night in front of the mayor's official residence.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Stadium Dry Cleaners. Online at stadiumdrycleaners.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. We have breaking news this morning. The man Cape Coral police wanted for attempted homicide found dead. Police say Juan Neves' body was discovered inside his vehicle in the 2400 block of Northwest 28th Terrace shortly after 6 o'clock last night. Positive coronavirus cases are rising in Southwest Florida. Lee County has the most with more than 3,600. Collier County is right behind with more than 3,200. And some officials say they would consider rolling back opening if our hospitals are overwhelmed. So far, Lee Health still has beds available. Their bed capacity sits at 72% full. 28% of ICU rooms are available for use, and they currently have 147 COVID-19 patients and have discharged more than 730 since the pandemic began. In just 2 weeks, some students will head back to school. The Collier County School District says Jumpstart 2020 starts Monday, July 6th at 4 elementary schools. Classes are for rising 3rd and 4th graders that qualify due to status in the low 25% in reading or students with disabilities who qualify for extended school year. Hundreds came out to honor FWC officer Julian Keene. He was shot and killed a little more than a week ago while off duty in LaBelle. The Florida Highway Patrol honored Keene after the ceremony with a 3-volley salute. His funeral is scheduled for Saturday in Immokalee. Today, 2 Southwest Florida counties will debate about requiring you to wear a mask. Collier County commissioners say they may discuss this mandate at their meeting. Charlotte County commissioners will discuss making masks mandatory in public. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
A crash at 82 at Lee Boulevard is slowing traffic. There is an officer on scene here as well, guys. So those flashing lights, just make sure to move over a lane or drop that speed by 20 miles per hour under the speed limit. That trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, straight up hot and humid. High temperature of 93, the heat index over 100. Good amount of sunshine, some clouds mix in. Best chance of rainfall for today with scattered showers and storms is going to be blowing more inland and well east of the interstate. Still can't rule out a few near I-75. Scattered showers and storms as we highlight your Wednesday hit or miss as the heat continues to build. Hottest week of 2020, 95 degrees. Thursday, Friday, spotty showers and storms are possible as Saharan dust continues to filter in the upper atmosphere. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Want to talk about Stadium Dry Cleaners. My good friends, they are great people there. I've been going to Stadium Dry Cleaners, I'm telling you, for as long as I can remember. And you may know Larry Rose. Now, Larry is an experienced SEC and NFL referee. Well, I know Larry has a fantastic dry cleaner and a great businessman. Look, you're going to love Stadium Dry Cleaners. They have discounts for our first responders and seniors. They have multiple locations near Publix at Daniels Crossing in Fort Myers, the Gateway Trade Center in Fort Myers, and the Elegant Image Dry Cleaners next to Walgreens on Del Prado in Cape Coral. They are Lee County's leading dry cleaner since 1988. With 30 years of experience in Lee County, I'm telling you, I trust my family's dry cleaning to Larry and the team at Stadium Dry Cleaners. So will you visit them? Visit stadiumdrycleaners.com and look for their monthly specials for great savings.
Hi, this is Matt Caldwell. I spent 8 years in the Florida House fighting for our conservative values. We cut billions in taxes, balanced our budget every year, removed government barriers to job growth, and made huge strides in fixing our water quality. Now I'm looking to use that experience as your next Lee County property appraiser. I've spent the past 20 years working as a professional property appraiser in both the residential and commercial markets. It's something I know well, and I'm the only candidate with this experience in the industry. I'm Matt Caldwell, and through the years, I've proven myself as a trusted, principled conservative. More than ever, it is crucial that we have strong conservatives with a proven record, someone in office that you know will not back down and will always defend our values. I've served you before, and I'm ready to do it again. I'm Matt Caldwell. I'm running for Lee County Property Appraiser, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Matt Caldwell, Republican for Lee County Property Appraiser.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, almost 3 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free total inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free total inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free total inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1331790.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio. Just type it into the search bar, Steele with 3 E's, and please subscribe to the channel while you're there. We do appreciate you all visiting the site and commenting too. Lots of comments coming. Look at this, Paul, right all along. Drew Steele, 92.5 Fox News. Thank you there, Paul. That was very well done. And speaking of being right all along, we'll find out if you are. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. That's coming up in about 15 more minutes. So get ready. Rich Kolko, safety and security expert from Wink News, also decades with the FBI. I wanted to talk to him about a couple of things that are going on. Number one, there is a scam that's happening here in the state of Florida that you need to know about. The Attorney General was warning people about a contact tracing scam. What is that? We'll get into details coming up at 8 o'clock on that. And also what is happening, the disturbing trend going on around the country, the defunding, the demoralizing of police forces. I mean, that's ultimately what we have here. Just having the conversation off the air, and we'll talk about it on the air coming up, is that when we hear about and we see what's trending on Twitter, police clashing with those that are trying to tear down statues of Andrew Jackson and the things that they're vandalizing in Lafayette Park right in front of the White House, trying to set up autonomous zones. Why is there no one there to stop them? Why is it that vandalism is allowed to take place? Why is it that all of these things that are happening is allowed to go on? People keep saying, well, what's happening here? Why don't we have a police force that's there in front of the monuments to stop them? Why aren't arrests taking place? Why do we not see all of this? And we're going to answer that question coming up at 8 o'clock. It's an important point of view that everybody has to realize that has been going on since this all started. The president finally saying enough is enough. Well, he's been saying it for a while, but he authorized the feds to arrest anyone who vandalizes statues on federal property. He just brought that up a little while ago, authorizing the federal government to arrest anyone who vandalizes or destroys any monument, statue, or other such federal property in the U.S. with up to 10 years in prison per the Veterans Memorial Preservation Act, or such other laws that may be pertinent. The action is to take effect immediately, but may also be used retroactively for destruction or vandalism already caused. There'll be no exceptions. Hopefully, this will be enforced. And if you're a police officer who's concerned about a pension, your history or your future, and your history on the force has been a good one, and now all of a sudden you're told that you have to stop these protesters, do you want to be the first one to go in? And something happens where you get sued, you get called out, something's on video, now you're doxxed, now your name is out there, now your information is out there. In this day and age, who wants to be a police officer? And that is the point, everybody. The point is to make that come to fruition, is to make it so that no one would want to, is that the police force in this country would be vilified. Just part of the breakdown that is recognized is taking place, but has to stop. And the president taking these steps today as well he can. Daniel Horowitz has mentioned this in an article just a few days ago. Time's up. Trump doesn't need permission of cities participating in insurrection to send in the military. He doesn't need to worry about this. He has plenty of precedent, and he has plenty of law behind him to do it. The reason why it's not going to happen is something that we talked about off the air, and the concerns of how that looks and how you'll be perceived. And it's dangerous what they're doing. You know, I'm going to bring up something else that I've just been kind of skimming through a news story that in the past 24 hours has really heated up. And maybe I need your help, and maybe I need some internet sleuths out there. Sleuths? Is that the right word? Sleuthing? I don't know, Jake, is that right? Is that internet sleuths? Does that sound like the right? Sleuthing? Is sleuthing a word?
I've never heard that term in my life.
All right. Rich Kolko is sitting next to you. Just go to the screen, Rich, and just so people can see your face, just kind of lean over there and just in the microphone, just say,
Good morning.
Is it Is it sleuthing? Sleuthing? All right. Anyway, the point is this. I need your help. All right. And Jake, you can do a little keyboard cowboy stuff and kind of help me out as well. I'm trying to follow this Bubba Wallace rope noose story. And, you know, I heard about it. I heard about NASCAR going into Alabama, Talladega. I heard about that there was, I guess somebody from Bubba Wallace's team walked into one of the garages there at Talladega and saw a noose. And how this is outrageous. How can this be? And then NASCAR getting together. And I guess, what was it, yesterday or the day before? Everybody in unison, this is an outrage. NASCAR doesn't stand for this. And together they drove out onto the field there at Talladega, all standing next to Bubba Wallace, and I guess the car, and kind of in unison walking out to show unity that this will not stand in NASCAR. What I'm trying to understand, and as I'm reading the story and I'm looking at the story and I'm following this story, and Jake, maybe you can help me, is sometimes you have to let these stories play out to find out whether or not what's being reported is true. And I don't know if this is one of those stories, but can anybody call 239-479-5592 or look this up? If in the times that we are in right now, follow me, in the times that we are in right now, knowing the heated rhetoric that's out there about racism and Black Lives Matter and Antifa and the protests and the tearing down of statues and everything else, is there any physical photographic evidence to show the noose? Like, have we seen it yet? I've looked through report after report, story after story, website after website. Are you telling me that Bubba Wallace's team doesn't have photographic evidence of the noose? How is that possible? Do you know, Jake?
I haven't seen one. I would think that would be like the cover line.
Well, that's the point, right? In this time that we're in right now, if that happened, you didn't snap a shot of it? You didn't take a picture of how is that possible? And so maybe I'm wrong. Now, this is where I'm being honest with you. I don't know. It may very well be out there on the interwebs. There may be the photographic evidence. But no, you're telling me that with everything going on in the country right now, if you were to walk into a garage at Talladega, NASCAR, a sport right now that has been vilified by many on the left, NASCAR is something that the left in this country would love to see dismantled, because they look at NASCAR as the good old boys, Trump-loving, Confederate flag, racist-loving individuals who are just, the South, and the South's going to... the depiction of NASCAR in this country when it comes to the left and what they think, and how they would love nothing more than to see NASCAR go away. So So does anybody know? Where is it? I haven't seen it yet. And again, I could be mistaken. I could be way off base. Drew, you don't know the story. Here's the website. Here's the person that found it. Here's the photograph of it. Here's the evidence. I don't see it. I don't see it. I hear people talking about it. On CNN yesterday, they did a whole big story on it. They brought in one of their political analysts, Angela Rye, and they were talking about this very issue.
I say all the time, I refuse to be uncomfortable any
Okay, wait,
longer.
that's not it. That's not it. Hold on a second. Here it is. All right, from the report.
Have to be credentialed to get in there. So, Angela, you would think that we could get an answer as to who was behind this pretty quickly.
You have to be credentialed to get into the garage there at Talladega NASCAR. You have to be credentialed to get there on the field, as it were, to get into the garages. So we should be able to find out who did this. There should be some kind of video or something, and then she says,
well, you would think that you could, unless there were people or several folks involved who didn't have an issue with the fact that the noose was hanging at all.
unless there are people that didn't have a problem with the noose hanging there at all.
The backdrop of this is that there have been 2 black men found within the last month hanging in public places, even in California.
I think the one in California, if I'm not mistaken, was not a noose, but it was a man who hung himself. It was a suicide. That's not true. So what she's saying is a lie.
So a noose is particularly triggering. There's never a good time, but I think especially given the climate that we're facing right now, this is a huge problem.
This is a huge problem. But it's not. It's not in every case. The one she just mentioned, that's not the case at all. And now with this in NASCAR, I don't understand. So, all right, we got a ton of calls. So maybe all right, so hold on a second. All right, so let's go to Dave. Dave, do you know anything about this, Dave?
Well, NASCAR, like all the other pro sports, NFL, they have pretty elaborate security operations. And, the place wasn't packed with fans. They have really expensive vehicles and equipment. So you don't think they just let people wander in the garages and do things without having some type of camera work. I mean, I wouldn't trust a picture like some guy took. NASCAR should have an investigation, I'm sure. And I'm sure.
But even with,
should have
no, I think they do have one that's going on, Dave. They do have an investigation. But the point I'm trying to, and thanks for the call, but the point I'm trying to make is follow me on this. Everybody's got a camera. Everybody has a phone on. Everybody has a phone. Everybody has a camera on their phone. Every single person has one. We're in an environment right now where it's very heated in the rhetoric. And if you walked into a garage and you saw something like that, wouldn't the first thing you would say is, woo, hold on a second, I got to take a picture. All right, Jake's got something.
When you walk into a garage in NASCAR, you see millions of dollars worth of equipment. And I promise you that there's cameras all around everywhere. There's no way that there's not.
Well, you've got one on you. You got a camera in your pocket.
And why would you not
take a picture of it and go, guys, I just took a picture of it. Come with me. Here it is. Here's a picture of it so the whole world can see what's going on here.
Or not touch it at all. Call the police. Let the police come.
Yeah.
And then do an investigation.
Well,
but there's none of that.
I don't know if I've ever seen a case like this, that in the world that we're in right now, and we're told that there's a noose that's in Bubba Wallace, who is in his garage stall at Talladega. And again, if you go to CNN's reporting on this, and you have their political reporter, Angela Rye, who comments on this, and here's where it gets a little odd, everybody.
How we become anti-racist, and it is going to take a very deliberate effort, because we know this country was built on a system of oppression and systemic racism, white supremacy. So in order to tear down all of that, you have to uproot a lot of what is this country's foundation. That is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable.
We're going to have to uproot the foundation, and it's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. Like, we're going to have to uproot NASCAR. You love NASCAR. You've loved NASCAR all your life. You've been a fan of NASCAR since day one. You sit with your dad and your granddad, and you would watch NASCAR, and you still watch it to this day, and you love it. You're going to have to get used to it not being around anymore because it's racist and it needs to be uprooted. All from this claim of this noose in Bubba Wallace in his garage stall at Talladega, and yet there's no picture of it. I'm just, I don't know. I'll go to one more call. Patrick wanted to comment on this. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, how you doing this morning, Drew?
Good.
It's just too convenient, I mean, there's no pitcher, but suddenly there is going to be a pitcher, and it's just too convenient to bring down, go after NASCAR, go after all this stuff. It's just.
Well, you don't, if people really do want to have a conversation, and thanks for the call, Patrick, I appreciate it. If really a conversation. Dan Bongino had an interview with Kira Davis, who writes for Red State, and she said something that was incredible. It was really if you haven't had an opportunity, you can watch the interview that Dan did with her, and she made a comment and said, "Look, if we're really going to have a conversation about race in this country, we're going to have to show grace." Because you're really going to have to go places that are going to make each person uncomfortable. And uncomfortable doesn't mean you can't have the conversation unless you refuse to be uncomfortable. And you're going to have to give each other grace in order to get past all of this. But is that what you want? Is that what this? Unless that's not what this is. Unless this is really about tearing down the institutions of the country, to getting rid of the country foundationally, to doing what the co-founder that we played yesterday, Patrice Cullors from Black Lives Matter, said, that they are Marxists. They are trained Marxists. They have no intention of having a conversation about race. The intention is about destroying the country. We could talk more about this coming up. But in the meantime, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. We'll see how you do. 239-479-5592 if you want to play. Call a number, I don't know. Jay, pick a number between 2 and 6.
4.
Okay, 4.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, 4. Caller number 4, 239-479-5592. Fourth caller right now. You'll play Drew's College up next. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is congested on Hancock Bridge Parkway eastbound heading towards US 41 for almost about a mile and a half. So go ahead and navigate around at Hop on Pondella Road. A very nice commute heading out of North Fort Myers on both bridges into downtown, the Edison, as well as that Colusa-Hatchie Bridge. Should only take you about 2 minutes. There is a slowdown building on that Midpoint Bridge, though, if you're heading into Fort Myers. A very fast commute into Fort Myers is the Cape Bridge. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Stay cool for your Tuesday, 93 degrees. The heat index over 100. Mixture of sunshine and clouds. Scattered showers and storms, at least for today, are going to be especially blown inland and east of the interstate. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel. Drew Steel, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1-HOUR.
Mamma Mia Airport Kia. Mamma Mia Airport Kia.
Come in today where Kia is committed to accelerating the good on a 2020 Kia Sportage from only $23,900 with no payments for 120 days and 0% interest for 75 months.
Through Kia Motors Finance with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $1,389 per month for $1,000 financed at 72 months. See dealer for details plus tax and dealer fee. Offer expires 6/30/20.
Check us out online anytime at airportkianaples.com.
Airport Kia. Our price sells cars.
If you're far from water, you might think a flood can't happen to you. But the truth is, there are hidden risks that can leave your property vulnerable, like runoff from new development, changing weather patterns, and even wildfires. But if you have flood insurance, you have peace of mind knowing that you can recover faster. Protect the life you've built. Visit floodsmart.gov/storm to learn more. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
I'm Casey Askar. More immigrants come to America than any other nation on earth. But with a deadly virus spreading across the globe and millions of Americans unemployed, our borders have to be secure. That's why President Trump's order suspending immigration is essential. This pandemic proves just how important borders are. I'm Casey Askar, and I approve this message. I'll help the president finish the wall and control the border once and for all.
Paid for by Casey Asker for Congress.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Mike in Cape Coral. Hello there, Mike.
Good gravy and even better 3E steel.
3E steel. Are you making fun of me saying 3E steel all the time? I have to do it. It's just because some people don't know how to spell my name. 3E
Well, I
steel.
didn't until you started doing that.
See, so it's working.
Yeah.
You were right all along. See what I done. Okay. We don't know yet.
Touche.
It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question starts right now. Mike, who was the vice president of the United States in the year 2018? 2018. Who was the vice president in 2018?
That would be Mike Pence.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get associates. We'll see if you get a bachelor's on this question. The 2 major political parties in the United States are
the Democratic Party and the Republican Party.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. The highest court in the United States is the
Diana Ross and the Supreme Court.
That is very, 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 very. Well, not very, very funny. It was just mildly. But okay. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Hey, do you know who the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is?
Mr. Roberts.
That is correct, sir. Look at you, Mike. You did well today. You were right all along. See that?
Yeah.
And you could spell my name, which is also a plus. Thank you for that. All right, so you got yourself a PhD today on Drew's College, and you get to talk to Jake. So the thrill up and down your leg, it's coming. So stand by, okay?
Yep.
He didn't sound very convinced that the thrill was going to be.
Hey, that's why he calls to talk to me.
Does he? He didn't sound thrilled, the idea of talking to. I'm just throwing that out there. All right, Rich Colco is next. There's a lot to discuss. A scam you need to look out for in the state of Florida. We're going to get to that coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hurry! Only 3 days left to enter to win $5,000 a week for life from Publishers Clearinghouse. Enter now at PCH.com, and you could win $5,000 a week, week after week, for life. This last chance could have you bringing home $5,000 a week for life starting on June 30th. Enter at PCH.com before it's too late. That's PCH.com. Better hurry if you want the next big winner to be you. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 6/25. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited.
David Horowitz's new book about President Trump is out. It's called Blitz. In Blitz, Horowitz warns that Antifa wants to stop Trump and crush our freedoms. Blitz predicted that race would be a big issue, but Trump has a secret plan for the election. Mike Huckabee says if everyone reads Blitz, Trump will win. A #1 Amazon bestseller. Get Blitz at bookstores or get the free offer from Newsmax and save $28. Just call 800-NEWSMAX. That's 800-NEWSMAX. Or go to blitz411.com. Blitz411.com.
Lee County, 1,200 square miles, 500 miles of waterways, 130 schools, and you. Protecting paradise is a big job, but Sheriff Carmine Marcino and his deputies are hard at work, holding career criminals accountable, leading the fight against COVID-19, keeping our crime rate one of the lowest in the state, and keeping our businesses, neighborhoods, and schools safe.
I'm Lee County Sheriff Carmine Marcino, and my mission is simple. I serve to protect.
That is why our Safe Kids, Safe Schools program puts a school resource officer in every school. And that's why I put more deputies on the street to stop career criminals. It is why I'm committed to keeping you informed about our COVID-19 response. No matter the threat, whether it's a pandemic, civil unrest, or natural disasters, we will keep Lee County one of the safest in Florida. I'm Sheriff Carmine Marcino, and I serve to protect you.
This is paradise. Sheriff Marcino is here to protect it. Sponsored by Conservative Champion Leaders.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by CFS Roofing. Online at cfsroofing.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. We have breaking news this morning. The man Cape Coral police wanted for attempted homicide found dead. Police say Juan Neves' body was discovered inside his vehicle in the 2400 block of Northwest 28th Terrace shortly after 6 o'clock last night. Positive coronavirus cases are rising in Southwest Florida. Lee County has the most with more than 3,600. Collier County is right behind with more than 3,200. And some officials say they would consider rolling back opening if our hospitals are overwhelmed. So far, Lee Health still has beds available. Their bed capacity sits at 72% full. 28% of ICU rooms are available for use, and they currently have 147 COVID-19 patients and have discharged more than 730 since the pandemic began. In just 2 weeks, some students will head back to school. The Collier County School District says Jumpstart 2020 starts Monday, July 6th at 4 elementary schools. Classes are for rising third and fourth graders that qualify due to status in the low 25% in reading or students with disabilities who qualify for extended school year. Hundreds came out to honor FWC officer Julian Keene. He was shot and killed a little more than a week ago while off duty in LaBelle. The Florida Highway Patrol honored Keene after the ceremony with a 3-volley salute. His funeral is scheduled for Saturday in Immokalee. Today, 2 Southwest Florida counties will debate about requiring you to wear a mask. Collier County commissioners say they may discuss this mandate at their meeting. Charlotte County commissioners will discuss making masks mandatory in public. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
Traffic is congested on Hancock Ridge Parkway eastbound heading towards US 41 for almost about a mile and a half. So go ahead and navigate around at hop on Pondello Road. A very nice commute heading out of North Fort Myers on both bridges into downtown, the Edison, as well as that Calusa-Hatchie Bridge. Should only take you about 2 minutes. There is a slowdown building on that Midway Bridge, though, if you're heading into Fort Myers. A very fast commute into Fort Myers is the Cape Bridge. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, straight up hot and humid. High temperature of 93, the heat index over 100. Good amount of sunshine, some clouds mix in. Best chance of rainfall for today with scattered showers and storms is going to be blown more inland and well east of the interstate. Still can't rule out a few near I-75. Scattered showers and storms as we highlight your Wednesday hit or miss as the heat continues to build. Hottest week of 2020, 95 degrees. Thursday, Friday, spotty showers and storms are possible as Saharan dust continues to filter in the upper atmosphere. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Trade in and trade up. Over $500,000 in trade-in assistance up for grabs at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease, 0 down, $159 per month. 2020 Kia Sorrento LX lease, 0 down, $259 per month. Plus, at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, you can drive interest-free up to 72 months and worry-free for 100,000 miles. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. If you've got $500 down and you make at least $500 per week, our lenders can get you approved. At Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36-month lease is 10,000 miles per year, 0 to exciting plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand borrowed for 72 months. 0 APR with 0 down with lender approval.
Home is truly where the heart is. CFS Roofing Services understands that. When I saw what CFS did for my neighbor's roof, I called them. Everyone was professional, and owner David Crowther has nearly 4 decades of experience. It's obvious they care.
CFS Roofing Services, where your home matters most. Visit cfsroofing.com or call 239-561-2600. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
At Rock Solid, family comes first. And during this difficult time, Rock Solid makes you part of our family with family employee pricing on everything. Rock Solid is open and is giving you a guaranteed lifetime warranty. And there's more. Rock Solid guarantees installation in just 1 week. That's right, it's guaranteed. Do your family a favor by saving big with Rock Solid's family employee pricing offer while supporting local small business. See store for details.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 J&C Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That's the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line, streaming live on YouTube. You can watch us anytime you'd like on our YouTube channel, Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. We do appreciate it. You can see this face. Look at that face. Look at that face. A face that everyone can love. Rich Kolko, safety and security expert there at Wink News. Look at him. Look at that guy. Hold on a second. I got to fix your. Okay, now I got your little chyron on the bottom, so everybody knows it's you. Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Kolko with 2 O's.
That's not very. Look at that. That's it. Well, there's some truth there. There you go. I had to get that. All right, Jake likes that. By the way, Jake, you okay over there? Jake's good. All right, Jake. Jake has been. He's been in a good mood lately, so his good mood it's contagious.
That's good.
All right,
because we could use some good mood stuff in America right now.
Yeah, we could. We're going to get into some of that coming up in just a second. This puts us in a bad mood. I saw this yesterday, and I needed you in here to talk about this because you are the safety and security expert, and that also means with individuals when it comes to scams, things to be concerned about. What is this scam about?
This is contact tracing. It makes sense overall to help track and slow the spread of the virus. How they're doing it technology-wise, kind of almost spying on you via your smartphone is worthy of debate, these apps that are somehow magically showing up on some phones. But what it is the contact tracing by the state health department makes sense. It helps them track the virus, let you know if you were in contact with somebody who tested positive, and can help slow it. What's happened is the scammers, scammers are scammers. They're always finding one way to stay ahead. So they're making some of these calls saying they're from the health department. Attorney General Moody brought this up yesterday in a press statement. And they're asked. They know the questions to ask, but they're asking a couple of extra questions. What's your birth date? Your social security number, things like that. That the health department. Let me make this perfectly clear, as General Moody made, will never ask those questions.
Right.
The whole point is to try and find a way to get your personal information, your banking information, and conduct identity theft. And at the end of the day, run away with your money.
Is there ever any time ever? I mean, there has to be. So maybe I'm just not thinking of it. Was there ever a time when anybody ever calls you and then asks for a social security number? Like reaches out to you, not you reaching out to them with questions and then asking, and then they ask for the social security number, but somebody solicits you. Always be suspicious, in other words, if anybody solicits you for any reason and somehow the conversation of a social security number comes up. I mean, is that safe to say?
In my
research and coverage of this. I've never seen that happen, but it's simple. There may be a reason that they need your Social Security number. Your doctor calls for a health insurance claim or something. But the answer is simple. Hang up the phone, look up the number, and just call them back yourself and make sure you got the right number going to the right office. So even if you think there's a slim chance it's legitimate, and the person will understand that, say you're calling from this office, I'm going to hang up and I'm going to look up the number and call you. And just do it that way. And if you have to pass personal information, that's the only way to do it.
Interesting that it says that that a call from someone claiming to be a contact tracer is a scam that include disclosing the identity of a COVID-19 positive individual who reportedly may have spread the virus. An authorized contact tracer will never disclose the identity of the person who tested positive. That's what I'm saying. It's like they're going to call you and tell you that somebody you know has tested positive, or have you tested positive? Can you give me that information? You know, I look at that and I think to a story that I brought up the other day about your cell phones. Have you noticed this? If you've been on your phones recently, I think Jake weren't you freaking out the other day about that? It was you heard about the COVID all of a sudden on COVID on your phone, right? The smartphone gives you now your iPhone and
darn
Android
phone stopped working for like 20 minutes, and then look. Apple had hot fixed and added a little feature to track COVID-19.
Yeah,
that's troubling.
And now this is me talking. I worry personally about when we start to get into devices that are that are going to be used to track under the guise of your health and safety. I worry about how that might be used. For example, you're not allowed to enter this building unless we can prove that you have been vaccinated or the like. And the kind of places that we could go with this, I'm not saying we are, but I am concerned about it. And I'm sure, security people are going to be looking at this because that's going to be another avenue of trouble.
Terrified of it. But you and I are of an age, I'm a little older, but that we're still concerned about giving up our personal information. I'm glad to hear Jake say that it concerned him as well. But you find a lot of younger people these days don't care. You know, any app that says we need access to your contact list, photos, microphone, they just click yes all the time, and the information's out. Not only are they clicking yes to their information, but as soon as they say yes to the contact information, that means they're getting yours too, because you're on their contact list.
Well, like TikTok, we talked about that yesterday. Everybody's using TikTok. It's an app that everybody is using, and even though we all know that it's owned, China owns it, we know that there have been stories for months about the concerns that the federal government has about the information that is being taken by this app.
Sure.
Your IP address, everything that's in that phone now it gets into the hands of China. And if you say, well, what's the big deal? It's not like China's looking for me. I mean, all I'm doing is talking to my mom about a great baking recipe. No, it doesn't work that way. It's that's how you can, let's just say, create a mail-in ballot that has just about every bit of information that you can possibly imagine about you on it, and it's spot on because it is the right information because they have it. And if a foreign actor really wanted to come in and actually disrupt an election through a mail-in process, they could do that.
That's a good point.
As the FBI looked, I mean, obviously the FBI sees and knows you who have worked.
Well, the FBI considers China the number one counterintelligence threat.
Period.
Done,
yeah.
The directors put out some very strong statements about it, testified in Congress.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I'll look them up and I'll tweet them out later if any of your listeners want to read what he has said about it. But they're stealing us blind left and right, and we're letting them.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's in the academic arena, industry, aerospace, nuclear power, just
apps for the kids.
Apps, the university, the Harvard professor that was arrested, somebody else was just arrested. I mean, all the time.
Yeah.
And that is, boy, you talk about just the skim of the surface there. We have, the thousands going on because it's so simple now. It's not like the old days where they had to, get some, paperwork and figure out how to get it out of a building. Now it's the thumb drive or a cell phone camera, and then get all the information and get it transported or transmitted instantly.
What were the old days? I wonder what the moment was where everything really flipped. Because if you think, I go back in my childhood and I think about communicating with my friends with a CB radio. It was the coolest thing in the world. I had one in my bedroom. My buddy had one. We could talk from across the street. and talk to each other on that. And that was like our cool electronic device. But when that flip where the FBI looking into individuals and the way that they would track the assets on the ground were literally just people that were infiltrating. That's why you want to get into the police and what they've done in New York City and taking away in the police department there. And I'd like you to speak to that. Yeah, the anti-crime units. Even when we talk about terrorism, if you're going to take there is no better way, really. I guess maybe you can speak to this. I was always told that there is no better way to get intelligence than human assets. That's what you want. There was a time when that was it. That's the way you did it. But even now, to get away from human assets, even in police departments, it's critical that you have that. Right? Is that, would you say that's?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it goes all the way back to the 70s when Stansfield Turner was Jimmy Carter's director of the CIA, and he shut down a lot of the it's called human intelligence programs, and wanted to rely on technology, on satellites and stuff, and it put us behind for years. But you talked, the police may, or law enforcement or FBI may eventually want to use information that they can get from a phone, a computer, some electronic device. But in the beginning, it all starts with who are they able to, talk to? How do you, if you want to defeat, crime before it happens, you have to have those sources in place.
Yeah.
And it's not instantaneous. You can go get a wire, a Title III on a phone and be up in a couple hours, get an emergency FISA, be up in a couple hours, and you're getting information. But it takes years, it takes a significant amount of time to develop human sources.
Yeah.
That are reliable, that are helpful, that do it for whatever reason they want to do it. So a lot of times just to get themselves out of trouble. But to develop those sources is an art form and critical to law enforcement.
So when people talk about that, when we've done that in the past, it's not like you take away human assets, the information that they can gather either in a police department or even in terrorism, overseas. If you were to just decide that one day we no longer need that, we're going to depend on electronic means to get information. You don't just put people back in, and all of a sudden it's like they're back and I mean, there is an element of reality in movies when you see how it takes years and years to develop. Organized crime is a good example, where you have to develop relationships and it takes a long time, and then build those trusts and all the things that you do. It's about building that trust. You don't just do that by dropping somebody in the middle of a city and going, okay, go get them, guys. It takes time.
It takes time. And not only that, when you develop sources, and FBI agents are required to have human sources, it's part of your job performance. But the smart ones, the good ones, if you're talking to a source and they're providing information on a case, and that case wraps up, and you're done with that source, you don't want to be done. You may not go see them or speak to them or communicate with them as often, but you want to keep that line of communication open, because a year, 2, 3 years later, something else may come up, and that's a valuable asset to already have in your pocket.
Safety and security specialist Rich Kolko is with us in studio on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. With Wink News, he is, and we're talking about some of the stories that are out there, including the State Attorney General Ashley Moody warning people of scammers. You hear anything about contact tracing and somebody's calling you and then asks you for social security number, it's like, never mind, bye. And you just, that's it. You hear social security number, just hang up. The other thing is, you obviously, you lived in D.C. Or you,
Northern Virginia, worked in D.C.
But okay, D.C. Lafayette Park, you're familiar with what's going on there right now, and we see what's happening with the trying to tear down the Andrew Jackson statue there in Lafayette Park, the defacing again, and what they're doing with St. John's Episcopal Church, the church where the president was standing up not too long ago with the Bible in his hand because it was burned. If you remember the wood planks out on the windows and the like, and how more damage is coming that way, and how they're trying to set up this autonomous zone there. Many people ask, and I've asked the same question, screaming at the top of our lungs, this is vandalism. Every single thing that is happening across the country with the tearing down of statues, you don't have the right to say, I disagree with that being there, therefore I am going to tear it down, and there's no consequence. It doesn't work that way. It's never worked that way. So why is it now? And we talked about this off the air, and you can mention this, and why now is everything different? Why is there no one there to stop this from happening? Whose jurisdiction is that?
The Secret Service shares that with MPD, with the Metropolitan Police Department. Lafayette Park's directly across from the White House, and one block beyond that, on the far side of the park, is the church.
Right.
So it's all within sight. And anybody who does security, Secret Service, you see them, inside the fence at the White House and standing outside the fence. But there's concentric circles of security. I mean, their perimeter gets wider and wider. Things you don't see, but that's just how you would secure any facility. And they're doing that. So they need to know what's going on in Lafayette Park. They can't have encampments there or a autonomous zone where they don't know, what the people have in there or what, who's in there or what they might have in there, which could be dangerous to the White House, which is literally just yards away. So you can't just let them set this thing up. But what's happening to law enforcement? When I watch these videos, I guess I'm watching TikTok too and watching the videos, but to see what they're doing to law enforcement on a daily basis, just in their face, the yelling, the screaming, it's just disheartening to these officers. And they realize that if they go out there to stop some of this vandalism, criminal activity, that one bad move, one bad poorly edited video, and like Atlanta, they could be on death row. And it just takes something out of them as far as wanting to do their job, not knowing if their mayor, their district attorney, and the people support them. And I'm not saying support them if they're doing criminal activity. Absolutely, they need to face justice if there's law enforcement doing criminal activity. But the default position as an officer needs to know that my mayor, my district attorney, and the people are going to come out on my side. Yeah. If after a full investigation they find out that you did something wrong, hammer them.
Yeah.
But you have to know the first thing out of the boss's mouth is, "I've got your back."
And that is, and in my eyes, that's part of what they're doing. It's you say defund and dismantle a police department. That may sound like, oh, that wouldn't happen, or that's outrageous, or how bad could it possibly get? The demoralizing of an officer knowing that they could be the next one that gets a video taken of them doing something to try to stop somebody from vandalizing or worse, and they could be the next person that is now going to be doxxed or going to have their family looked at or worse, even put in jail, or that you get to the point where is this even worth it anymore? And that's part of it as well. They know it. They all know it.
Yeah, the worst one to me was, the mayor's calling for officers to be fired within hours after incidents, but the de Blasio one in New York, where the officer was hit in the back of the head with a brick. I don't know if you ever saw that. Yeah. And it was a madhouse there, and one officer just sees an officer go down, and he draws his weapon. He probably thought the guy got shot. He just boom down, and so he drew his weapon to identify if there's a threat out there. Realized there wasn't another gun and put his gun away. But de Blasio instantly called for his firing, not knowing that that other officer had just been hit in the back of the head, full force with a brick. Yeah. But the default for de Blasio was, let's figure out what happened. His thing was, you're fired.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and nobody wants. It just makes who wants to do their job if the first thing out of the boss's mouth is you're fired.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Rich Kolko, I'm glad you had a chance to come in and talk about these issues. We'll do this again soon. Safety and security specialist, Wink News. There he is, and you can see him on YouTube as he's waving at you. The camera's right there. You can wave it. They're all over the place in this room. I don't know where anything is anymore. There's Rich. All right. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is congested on Hancock Ridge Parkway eastbound heading towards US 41 for almost about a mile and a half. So go ahead and navigate around it. Hop on Pondella Road. A very nice commute heading out of North Fort Myers on both bridges into downtown, the Edison, as well as that Caloosahatchee Bridge. Should only take you about 2 minutes. There is a slowdown building on that Midway Bridge, though, if you're heading into Fort Myers. A very fast commute into Fort Myers is the Cape Bridge. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Stay cool for your Tuesday, 93 degrees. The heat index over 100. Mixture of sunshine and clouds. Scattered showers and storms, at least for today, are going to be especially blown inland and east of the interstate. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I have something important that I want to share with you about my good friends Kevin and Todd at AMCO of Bonita Springs. Look, they understand the last thing you need to worry about in 2020 is what to do and where to go when you're having car troubles, right? Their shops know a thing or two about hard times, especially since they opened in 2008. Remember, that was during a recession, and they've worked hard from day one and every day since to make sure they simply do the right thing when it comes to your auto or truck repair needs. Not only are Kevin, Todd, and the team great conservatives, but they're also very good at what they do when it comes to the maintenance and repairs that you need, whatever that may be. Because look, you rely on that vehicle each day to get you where you need to be. Not only do they do all things related to transmission work, but they even do brakes, air conditioning, check engine light diagnostic, tires, alignments. Look, you name it, they can handle it. Southwest Florida's come to know AMCO of Bonita Springs as the place you can trust with your car or truck. So give them a call, will you? 992-2626. That's 239-992-2626. And if it's your first time into the shop, make sure you let them know you heard it right here on 92.5 Fox News.
True relief for back and neck pain. Sitting at home with back or neck pain, lying in a recliner suffering with leg pain or weakness, out of shape from sciatica, stenosis, or neuropathy? Get relief and get your life back. Non-surgical spinal decompression. This is Dr. Johnson, DC at 596 Back. Spinal decompression is an ingenious, innovative treatment that has shattered doctors' traditional ways of treating back or neck problems. Doctors have been left scratching their heads. Finally, avoid needles, epidurals, and drugs. This treatment is also super comfortable. Patients of any age can be treated and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. It uses a relaxing, computerized table to gently remove pressure on spinal nerves and discs, relieving pain, numbness, or weakness. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation to find out how spinal decompression can help you. Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-2225. That's 596-2225.
Mamma Mia, Airport Kia. Mamma Mia, Airport Kia.
Come in today where Kia is committed to accelerating the good on a 2020 Kia Sportage from only $23,900 with no payments for 120 days and 0% interest for 75 months.
Through Kia Motors Finance with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $1,389 per month for $1,000 financed at 72 months. See dealer for details plus tax and dealer fee. Offer expires 6/30/20.
Check us out online anytime at airportkianaples.com.
Airport Kia.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Now, Hurricane Irma was a long time ago, but believe it or not, well, problems with tile roofs, they continue to occur as a result. Now, many homeowners are just now feeling the effects of the hidden damage that occurred to their tile roof. Now, whether it's new leaks, cracked, unsecured tiles, these roofs are living on borrowed time. Now, tile roofs, by nature of their design, are susceptible to lift and powerful storms like hurricanes. When this occurs, your tile underlayment can be compromised, but you would not realize it until possibly years later. Now, with Cathedral Roofing Innovations, you get a great roofing company to inspect your roof for any damage. And just because you don't have leaks doesn't mean you don't have issues. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com. They are the tile experts in Naples, and they will start the inspection process right away. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com. cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
Hey, it's Drew Steele here, and hurricane season, you know, it's upon us, and it's supposed to be a pretty active season for 2020. Get peace of mind from my friends at Generator Supercenter, the #1 Generac automatic standby generator dealer in the nation. You don't have to sweat the next outage. I've had my Generac for years. It is amazing. Get your free estimate on your Generac automatic standby generator today, in time for hurricane season, with expert installation and 24-hour monitoring. Generator Supercenter. Give them a shout at 204-3469. That's 204-3469 for Generator Supercenter.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Honey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home. And due to these difficult times, we have extended our no diagnostic fees, no trip charges, no strings. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com to schedule. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Rock Solid knows you've sacrificed a lot during these difficult times. Washing your hands often, social distancing, keeping your family and community safe. Please don't forget the virus and bacteria can remain on hard surfaces like your countertops. Rock Solid's experienced experts can deep clean, sanitize, and reseal your countertops, keeping your home or business truly safe. Book your Rock Solid special safety service right now by calling 596-7676 or on the web at rocksolidnaples.com. Be safe and stay healthy.
Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Businesses are starting to bounce back. But what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt, deliver, and succeed in new ways with new customers? At Comcast Business, we're committed to helping you not just bounce back, but bounce forward with one of our best offers ever. Get a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for only $29.95 a month for 3 months with a 2-year agreement. It'll help you stay ahead with a network you can count on, stay connected with 24/7 support, and thrive with flexible solutions that work wherever you are. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Plus, ask about other offers to get a prepaid card worth up to $500. Comcast Business. Offer ends 7/5/2020. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 100 megabits internet and one voice mobility line customers. Early termination fee applies. After 3 months, enrollment in EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra, subject to change.
This Wink News update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. We have breaking news this morning. The man Cape Coral police wanted for attempted homicide found dead. Police say Juan Neves' body was discovered inside his vehicle in the 2400 block of Northwest 28th Terrace shortly after 6 o'clock last night. Positive coronavirus cases are rising in Southwest Florida. Lee County has the most with more than 3,600. Collier County is right behind with more than 3,200. And some officials say they would consider rolling back opening if our hospitals are overwhelmed. So far, Lee Health still has beds available. Their bed capacity sits at 72% full. 28% of ICU rooms are available for use, and they currently have 147 COVID-19 patients and have discharged more than 730 since the pandemic began. In just 2 weeks, some students will head back to school. The Collier County School District says Jumpstart 2020 starts Monday, July 6th at 4 elementary schools. Classes are for rising 3rd and 4th graders that qualify due to status in the low 25% in reading or students with disabilities who qualify for extended school year. Hundreds came out to honor FWC officer Julian Keene. He was shot and killed a little more than a week ago while off duty in LaBelle. The Florida Highway Patrol honored Keene after the ceremony with a 3-volley salute. His funeral is scheduled for Saturday in Immokalee. Today, 2 Southwest Florida counties will debate about requiring you to wear a mask. Collier County commissioners say they may discuss this mandate at their meeting. Charlotte County commissioners will discuss making masks mandatory in public. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic congested in Collier County, southbound on Lakewood Boulevard heading towards the East Trail, but airport pulling is still up to speed, and the East Trail is congested as well, just east of airport pulling, heading towards 951. Also, my commuters in Estero, still that slowdown on Estero Parkway happening east and west between Ben Hill and Three Oaks. If you want to use Corkscrew as an alternate, it's going to be much quicker. The Drift of the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, straight up hot and humid. High temperature of 93, the heat index over 100. Good amount of sunshine, some clouds mix in. Best chance of rainfall for today with scattered showers and storms is going to be blown more inland and well east of the interstate. Still can't rule out a few near I-75. Scattered showers and storms as we highlight your Wednesday hit or miss as the heat continues to build. Hottest week of 2020, 95 degrees. Thursday, Friday, spotty showers and storms are possible as Saharan dust continues to filter in the upper atmosphere. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
It's
Big Al from Stevie Tomato's sports page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair. And quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
We are Moran Wealth Management. Passionate about learning what's important to you and your family. Personable, with 24 professionals dedicated to attentive, customized service and focused on client relationships. Performance-driven. As part of Barron's top 1,200 advisors, Tom Moran, founder, CEO, and senior PIM portfolio manager, is Florida's highest-ranked advisor for 2019. Call 239-920-4440 today or visit MoranWealthManagement.com. Moran Wealth Management. Passionate, personable, performance-driven. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan will give you $8,000 over Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-in. Hundreds of new SUV models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite at NaplesNissan.com. Then come see us on Pine Ridge Road to find out the KBB.com current market value for your trade-in. We'll give you $8,000 more so you can drive that brand new Nissan home today. If KBB says it's worth $5,000, Naples Nissan will give you $13,000. If KBB says $10,000, we'll give you $18,000. You must act fast though. Visit NaplesNissan.com for full details. Offer on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. My name is Drew Steele. That's Jake the Millennial over there with his... You okay? What are you doing over there? Is that you dancing in the chair?
The chair is broken, I think.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll get you another one. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day. Here's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to MoranWM.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
But this just came out, and people have to see this. Trump rally, you see what that says? Gives Fox News the largest Saturday night audience in its history. So, my speech the other night was the largest audience in the history of Fox on Saturday night. That covers many, many years and many, many big shows.
Yeah, I guess that's something to be said, right? Everybody's talking about how little people showed up at the Tulsa rally. You know, I guess if you're talking about how there's going to be lots of protests and people getting sick and COVID and you causing it and everything else, and then, a couple of tickets that are being bought on the side, and then people not showing up. You're trying to do all of these things to make the president look bad. Ultimately, how did it do on TV with the biggest audience Fox has ever had in the history of Fox television? And there were millions of people that were viewing. So it's not like people don't want to watch, and they're not standing around doing nothing. They're still tuning in because they want to hear what the president has to say. There's still a lot of support out there, everybody.
Number 4.
We've had mail-in voting in California and Oregon and other states for years, and very little, if any, fraud at all. It works very, very well, and there's been no problem, no fraud, certainly in California, and certainly not in Oregon.
I'm sorry. That is pretty funny when that's Representative John Garamay. I guess he was on this morning. Oh, he was on Mornings with Maria on Fox Business. And, the president's concerned about mail-in voting. The attorney general is concerned about mail-in voting. Everybody is concerned. And I love how he's a Democrat there in California and saying, oh, listen, we haven't had any problems in places like Oregon and California. We've been doing mail-in voting for the longest time, and everything's been working out fantastic. California and Oregon, everything's been great. Working out fantastic. There might be a little something to be said about all that.
Number 3.
A month before that summit, you praised the president's skill, saying he would size Kim up and that he has got an outstanding ability to do that. Did you believe that when you said it?
Not particularly.
Sorry, that's John Bolton. Did you believe it when you said it? No, I didn't believe it when I said it. I said it, but I didn't believe it. That's John Bolton admitting that he's a liar who will say anything. Elizabeth Harrington put that out there on her Twitter account, a little bit of John Bolton. It's amazing how John Bolton was the big talk of the town, right? John Bolton, this big book, and everything's going to be coming out and all this. And now all of a sudden it's not so exciting to the left anymore. It's kind of, why is it that it went away? Is it because now people are starting to realize that and unfortunately, John Bolton will say anything or do anything to get the position, and then get a book, and then get millions of dollars, and then lie about situations and tell everybody that he did. But listen, you're on you're with one of the major media outlets, the mainstream media, right? You believe everything I say, right? Right.
Number 2.
How we become anti-racist, and it is going to take a very deliberate effort because we know this country was built on a system of oppression and systemic racism, white supremacy. So in order to tear down all of that, you have to uproot a lot of what is this country's foundation. That is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable.
All right, so that's CNN's Angela Rye, who was asked by the host there on CNN about Bubba Wallace and about NASCAR and about this noose that they found in the garage in Talladega in Alabama, and the fact that that NASCAR has rallied around Bubba Wallace, that they don't want to see anything like this, and how outrageous it is. And she's saying, listen, we're going to have to uproot things that people like. It's going to make people uncomfortable, but it's the only way we can get rid of racism. In other words, we got to uproot NASCAR and the NFL and the NBA, and we got to uproot churches and synagogues, and we have to uproot statues and anything else. Where does it all end?
Number 1.
Why do I even worry about some silly little statues coming down or some silly little street names changing? Why do I care? It's because the last time I didn't care about this, I was a teenager. I have already lived through this thing when I was living in Venezuela. Statues came down. Chavez didn't want that history displayed. And then he changed the street names. Then came the curriculum. Then some movies couldn't be shown on certain TV channels. And so on and so forth. You guys think it can't happen to you? I've heard this so many times. But always be on guard. Never believe something can't happen to you. You need to guard your country and your society, or it will be destroyed.
I don't know if anybody could have said it better. There's somebody who was just on Twitter and posted this on their TikTok. Actually, it was on Twitter from a TikTok account of this individual. I don't know who she is, but someone who lived in Venezuela and recognized the signs of a communist takeover and all the things that she described. Sure sounds familiar, doesn't it? Are you worried yet?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
You should be. You should be concerned about what is taking place. Recognizing the signs. It's just a statue. It's not that big a deal. It's just a part of the curriculum in the school that doesn't matter. It's just a building. It's just Well, until it comes to your door, until all of a sudden everything you know and you believe and that you love and that you cherish and that you care about is gone. And she recognized that. And where does this all end? Where does the vandalism end? How is it in this country that we've come to a place where you can vandalize a statue because you got a problem with it? You just don't like it. I'm going to bring a bunch of people together and tear it down, and nobody's going to stop you. We're at that place where that is something that people believe that they can do. Until someone comes along and says enough is enough, the president wants to take steps to do that, and he has every right to do it. He made the announcement today that he's going to put a stop to it, that it's not going to happen any longer, and he authorizes now the feds to arrest anyone who vandalizes statues on federal property. It's about time that some people stand up and do this. Of course, you have police forces and you have individuals who don't want to be the next person who's videotaped doing something wrong in somebody's eyes, stopping someone from vandalizing, and who knows what that's going to look like, the visual, and then all of a sudden they're doxxed, the family's doxxed, they get the address, they get their license plate number, who knows what happens. It's happening all the time. Even I was just watching a video on Twitter of someone who was stopping a woman who he said flipped her off at a traffic light and started taking video and screaming in the street about what she did. She was frantically trying to make him stop, showed the license plate on the car, showed the address where she lived. This mob rules mentality that is out there right now. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, and maybe you know a little bit more about this because I'm still trying to understand why we don't have more information on this. And I asked this before, and maybe you can help. 239-479-5592, and it's this. I was following the story about Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is a driver in NASCAR. Apparently, Bubba Wallace, someone that works for him and his crew in Talladega. Bubba Wallace, who's black, who's driving in NASCAR. Someone noticed that there was a noose that was hanging, a rope noose, hanging in the garage of Bubba Wallace. They went to, I guess, to NASCAR and made them aware of this. This is an outrage. This is outrageous. Is this what NASCAR is all about? It's not, to the point where the drivers in NASCAR got together with Bubba Wallace to show solidarity and support. That's not what NASCAR is, and to have a noose there is an outrage. We're going to get down to the bottom of it. We want to figure out how this happened. We want to know what's going on here, and I brought this up, and maybe somebody can help me. I have yet to see the evidence. Almost everybody's got a Ring doorbell. Almost everybody has a cell phone in their pocket that has a camera attached to it. There are cameras all over the place. We're 2 days into this, and there's not one single photograph of the noose anywhere. Not a website, not a mainstream media outlet plastering it on their 6 o'clock news or whatever it is, and show, here it is. Here's the news that they're talking about. How is that possible? Am I missing something? Jake, have you been exploring? Have you found it yet?
All morning.
Have you anything?
Not a thing.
Not a one. Now, you can call if you've seen the evidence. I have not. It's possible that it exists. But wouldn't you imagine if a story this big, that people, like I played the audio of a political analyst, former executive director of the Congressional Black Caucus on CNN, saying, we're going to have to tear down, we're going to have to uproot these racist foundations like NASCAR. We're just going to have to get rid of NASCAR, and people are just going to have to get used to it because we can't live like this. I mean, here's a little bit of the interview.
You have to be credentialed to get in there. So, Angela, you would think that we could get an answer as to who was behind this pretty quickly.
Yeah, you'd think that, look, you got to be credentialed to be in the garage. Somebody had to have seen this. Somebody had to seen the person that put the noose up. Somebody has to know who did this. Maybe some video evidence, a photograph. You got a phone in your pocket with a camera on it.
Well, you would think that you could, unless there were people or several folks involved who didn't have an issue with the fact that the noose was hanging at all. I think
unless there were people, hold on, unless there were people that didn't have a problem with it being there at all. Almost as if, it's NASCAR, and that's the attitude. You got NASCAR, you've got Confederate flags, you've got Trump supporters. Is that what you're getting at? What else did she say?
the backdrop of this is that there have been 2 black men found within the last month hanging in public places, even in California.
Okay, the one in California was a person who committed suicide who just happened to do that out in public. So that's not really what this is about. It's not the same. It's not anything like this. Again, I'm asking, why do we not have every major media outlet right now showing the photographic evidence of the noose that was hanging in Bubba Wallace's garage in Talladega in Alabama? People are texting me, there's cameras everywhere at NASCAR. There's cameras in it. You've got hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment, millions of dollars of equipment in these garages. How do you not have a camera? Not one? Why isn't anybody bringing this up? NASCAR has already gone through the motions of saying that this was an outrage and joining Bubba Wallace. And I think Bubba Wallace's mom actually said that people have called him the N-word in the past, and how it almost is sounding like they're all already calling NASCAR out as being racist. And all you would need to get rid of, or to have enough people decide that we can't have it around any longer, whether it's NASCAR or the NFL or statues or buildings or anything else, as a catalyst, is something to start the fire of calling out something or an institution that's racist to make it go away. Again, I'm asking, where's the evidence, and why hasn't it shown up yet? All right, I'll go to these 2 calls quickly before we go. Nick's in Cape Coral. Nick, we got about 30 seconds. Is Nick no longer there? No, Nick is no longer there. All right. And they're no longer there either. All right. That's okay. So I guess that's the point, everybody, is just trying to find and figure out where is that evidence. So, and maybe it's out there. And look, if I'm proven wrong, I would be more than happy to tell everybody that there's the website and there's the photo and there's the evidence. But until we see it, something just doesn't sound right in all of this. But I could be wrong. And it wouldn't be the first time. All right, let's find out what's going on with our weather. The rest of the forecast for the day with Wink News meteorologist Matt Devitt.
Stay cool for your Tuesday. 93 degrees. The heat index over 100. Mixture of sunshine.